What's up?
How's it going?
We're live.
Oh shit.
Just went live. Your camera's on and you're in the darkness.
Yeah, I wanted to turn the camera off.
Yeah.
Is it off now?
Yes, it is. Now
Okay.
there's a ghost rider. What's up, Naz?
Same in school. Not much. Just hanging out at work.
You're at work?
Yep.
Yeah.
Some of us have real jobs.
I have a real job.
Well, when you get paid, so I guess it counts.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to this random Patreon stream that I decided to just start randomly one day, because that's how I roll. I don't plan things. So we'll just see who pops up. I made this for $10 and up because I figured there's. I mean, I might switch it. I don't know. It depends on who pops in. I thought if I put it $5 and up, I'd get too many people, because that's like it's like a huge amount of my patrons are $5. You know.
Well, lucky for me, I just changed over to a $10 patron.
There you go. That's a good way to do it. I'm going to start doing these more often. I've got to start planning a schedule, and I guess that's part of what this stream is about. Just kind of figure out like what the patrons want as rewards, because I've been having trouble with the amount of patrons I have. It's getting really difficult to send out like autograph pictures and stuff like that. And I'm trying to schedule some things. I'm trying to figure out what rewards I can do. I like doing the autograph pictures. I think it's fun. It's unique, you know. But it requires addresses and people's personal information, and you know, so I haven't exactly gotten a lot of messages requesting the autograph pictures. So probably because people want to kind of remain anonymous. But if you're a $10 or more and you want one, just send me a message and give me your address, because I know you give it when you sign up for Patron, and I can download it on a CVS, but it's a pain in the fucking ass because it gives me a list of 300 people and their fucking addresses. So if you really want an autograph picture, message me on Patreon, a direct message, and give me your address. So there's that.
What's up?
Ghost Recon's here, and so is Nez. What's going on, guys? What's new?
Just sweltering in the unending heat.
Yeah, I'm going to be hanging out in the background for a bit. My boss likes to listen to music really loud, so I'm going to put it on mute. But I will hop in if I have something to say.
Yeah, just unmute yourself when you talk. But we can definitely hear that music. So appreciate you having the integrity to realize that.
So how's things been going, Magog?
Been going, man. I've been fucking busy.
See, you've been feeding the chia pet on your face.
Yeah, I've got to get this son of a bitch shaved a little bit. It started to bother the fuck out of me. Yep.
Understand.
Things been going crazy, man. I've been up at the land. It's been raining a lot, so it's been a little difficult, but the land is getting cleared. A good portion of it already is. I mean, I think we got a pretty decent building spot pretty much cleared out. So I've been talking to some, and I've had some appointments with some building companies that make steel buildings. So I've been keeping pretty busy, and I've got some content to do this week. I'm going to do a Poe and a Magog and before the next side quest. So sometime within the next 5 days, I'm probably going to be looking for, you guys could be looking forward to that. But I've been trying to figure out how to better organize my patron rewards and figure out what I'm going to do on BitChute as exclusive content. So, yay.
Next time I come up there, I'm going to have to bring some tannerite and you'll clear the shit out of some of that land.
I don't know about all that.
You'll enjoy it, I believe.
Right. And we have Courtney joins us.
Hello.
Hello, Courtney.
Am I working?
You're working.
Good? Awesome.
You are live.
Word.
You were live with the creator of Magog because I didn't feel like getting into costume.
That's fair.
And we got Vladimir Dragunov. What's up, Brohim?
Not much.
And is that Matthew? Matthew?
Yep. I do go by the name Osric, though.
Ah, okay. Yeah, if I dox you, I'm sorry, but you shouldn't, log in with a personal account, or I will dox the fuck out of you without even thinking about it. Well, all the 20
but for some reason, Google is just being a pain in the ass for me.
And
So Matthew's your real name?
You had to go through and change mine. Like the first stream I was on, I'm like, oh, well, there's my name. Well, look at that.
Yeah, you got to change your screen name. You can keep your account name, but you go into Google and change your screen name to whatever the fuck you want.
Apparently, I didn't do that correctly because all the emails I get, whenever it says something, it says, "Hey Nez," and it's like, oh wait, yeah, that's the name I put on there.
Yep. All right. Well, now we have good few people in here, so gets to worshiping me. Let's go. Come on. I did this.
I don't know. I haven't finished my daily Cthulhu Fatagans yet.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for your praise.
That's more for Magog.
We got quite a few people in the chat too. Alfred Keith's here, Rose is here, Mr. Bunky Lit, and Bill Stevens.
Money's not enough.
Oh yeah, there you go.
The money is enough because the money says, "In God we trust."
Yeah, we're gonna have to fix that soon.
Yeah, I am. In Magog we trust.
We trust.
I said it first. I'm trademarking that. Screw you, fuck you.
Yeah.
Do it.
In Magog we trust. That's
I'm trademarking that. Fuck you.
I'd love to do like a commemorative coin, like a custom commemorative coin.
Oh, that would be cool. I'd buy the shit out of that.
I can do that for you.
And give that just specifically to like my $50 and up patrons. Like that's one of the big top tier rewards or something. Like I'd love to do that.
That's awesome.
I know someone who can do that for you. I'll get you in contact with her.
Really? Like I figured mass producing coins are fucking expensive.
She can do the design and the prototype, and then you can get them. You can get them struck just about anywhere.
Right.
Nice.
That would be great to have a coin that kind of looks like an American coin, but it says "In Magog we trust" instead.
I think it has to be a metal, a commemorative medal.
Yeah, I'd want to do it.
There you go.
I'd want it to do it fancy, and then on the back of it, instead of like the eagle, like do like a griffin.
Poe.
Or it's Poe. Fucking dead bird spread with his wings spread out and his head turned sideways. That would be great.
And in one hand he has a knife, in the other hand he has a bag of gold.
And it'll have like a quote from Poe, like "fuck you, Magog."
No. It says when Magog's up. When Magog's away, Poe comes out to play.
Oh, yeah. No. It should say "In Magog we trust" on the front with Magog's face, and then on the back Poe, and it says "Things could always be worse."
Done.
Remember, things could always be worse.
I love it.
Probably my favorite voice of yours, by the way.
When Magog is away, Poe comes out to play. Welcome to Midnight Dreary. You're all a bunch of retards.
I've told you this on Twitter. I'll say it again. It's like you're two different people when you're Magog and you.
It is pretty amazing when I go to a Poe video and everybody's like, "Oh, Poe, I love you," and "Oh my God, you're funnier than Magog," and I'm like, same guy.
Let's put "You're all a bunch of retards" on the post side of the coin.
Right. I really like that catchphrase. That's my favorite catchphrase from Poe.
You're all a bunch of retards.
Isn't even at the beginning. It's the end when I get to do the whole "and remember, things could always be worse."
And then there's a website. No, they can't. And I think that was like the one where it's like clown porn. It's like, no, this can't be worse.
No.
Yeah, there was one episode where I was like, I can't think of anything really. You know?
I think it's the one where it's like the coworker actually saw the
clown porn.
The clown porn.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Actually, no. You should just move away. You know, like.
And then there's one where it said this. This is worse.
Yep. I love doing poses. They're really cathartic, but I don't get to do them as often as I used to. My content's been sporadic because of all the stuff happening. Now that I've got the money coming in from Patreon, it's been boom. It's been happening. I could only like what I hate about Patreon. You know how like Twitter and Instagram, you can post like multiple pictures in one post.
Yeah.
Patreon only lets you post one picture at a time.
Patreon's stupid.
Oh gosh.
Imagine.
So like I put one picture up of the land being cleared, and that was it. Because I was like, I'm not gonna make 1,000 posts. I got a ton of pictures, but I'm not gonna like it wouldn't let me do multiple pictures. Fucking stupid. Like they need to change that. They need to. Yeah, that sucks. But it is getting done. We got like the first acre cleared before the thunderstorms moved in, and then
nice.
My guy had to take a break because it was literally pouring like a deluge. Like fuck, I even lost power a couple of times this past weekend.
Oh wow!
Because of how powerful the storms were. Like right before SideQuest Monday, I'm glad it passed over right before SideQuest because I lost power at like 3 in the afternoon. The wind was blowing so damn hard, and probably blew a broken branch onto a power line or something because I fucking lost power. Yep.
I'll be glad you're not out here in Colorado because we've been getting hailstorm after hailstorm after hailstorm.
Yeah, but at least in places like that, you guys are used to it. Here, man, like Arkansas doesn't bury their power lines like they do up north. You know? Ugh. So we lose power all the fucking time.
Well, if we're live, maybe I shouldn't ask that.
Yeah, ask whatever you want. I'll answer it if I feel like it's...
I just what part of Arkansas? I'm originally from Arkansas.
I'm in Central Arkansas. I won't name the town, but I'm in the Little Rock area. You know, I'm like 20 minutes from Little Rock.
That's where Ralph says he was from. Little Rock.
Yep. So I'm in Central Arkansas for sure. Like I'm 20 minutes from Little Rock. So
that's
and Sergeant Forrest joins us. What's up?
The dragon returns.
Oh shit!
He's doing a voice thing,
dude.
And he's got Goliath as an image.
Yeah.
That's
some nice Waffle Houses up there around Little Rock.
We barely hear you on that one, buddy.
Sorry, my bad.
Yep, Mr. Monkeylet says coin idea, SideQuest character commemorative coins. That'd be cool. SideQuest is fun. I really enjoy SideQuest too. Beardy's been having some issues at home, so he hasn't been able to join us on every episode right now. But once things get cleared up on his end, I'm sure it'll be fine. He'll be back.
That gig bomb will wear off soon.
Yep. So
is the audio better?
A little better.
I based that off of a real thing though, by the way, too.
What's that?
Like the Air Force legitimately just tried to produce a gay bomb.
Did you just say a gay bomb?
What?
Yeah, it was like a chemical weapon that supposedly
it was a less than lethal chemical weapon that the idea was to put female sex hormones in a chemical bomb, and once they dropped it, the idea was that the male soldiers would be so affected by it that they'll just instantly stop fighting and be irresistible to each other.
You know the only problem with that though, because then they'd be turn to the freaking frogs, gay.
Some Alex Jones shit right there.
The funny part is the Air Force won a Nobel Prize for doing it.
Oh God.
They tried.
Oh wow.
Doesn't exactly work like that.
No.
They figured like.
But is it any crazier than like MK Ultra and shit?
Oh, I've read
like
about
where the military was all like, if we give someone acid, if enough times, maybe they'll be able to like see the future or
Oh my
something.
God.
Like, they tried to build like super
Wait, what? You lied. What? They what?
Yeah, they tried to do like astral projection to see if the soldiers could actually like
Oh, the
spy on the enemy. Yeah, like
Well, yeah, and they tried to make like Manchurian candidates basically by giving people like basically trying to implant suggestions while people were high on acid.
yeah, they
Pretty
tried
fucked
mind
up
control. They tried all
experiment.
kinds of shit.
Yeah.
You got to think of it. I mean, the military, they've got to stay ahead of the game. They heard the Russians were doing it, so they were like, we should get before them. No matter how crazy it sounds, we should beat them. You know,
We should beat them.
Well, we actually see they were doing the same thing, and that's one of the things that allowed us to like finally made the Soviet Union collapse. Is basically we got the idea, hey, we don't have to develop all this shit. We just have to like let it quote unquote leak that we're developing all this shit, and make the Soviet Union run all over the place, spending money.
Yeah, they poured all their money into research and development on things that they thought we were doing, but we weren't. Like the spark plug, like that was one of the big things that the USSR sunk a shit ton of money into. It was a codenamed spark plug. It was like a giant nuclear EMP bomb pointed at the center of the Earth, so that if like aliens ever attacked, we just destroy our own planet before giving it to them. And so they literally thought they literally thought we were building a giant EMP laser gun pointed at the center of the Earth. So they started developing one too, and it was like billions of dollars.
Jesus.
And then it turned out like, wait, you're not building a doomsday weapon? Oops.
Yeah, I think at the time they thought it was for them to like they thought we were building a doomsday weapon to like we could shoot it at the center of the Earth and cause earthquakes around the world. And like destroy other countries with natural disasters. So they started developing it. I'm like, that's some James Bond villain shit.
Yeah.
Right?
I think Austin Powers did that too.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of stuff like that. Like one of the things that we let them think that we were developing was like a space, like the space-based laser platforms.
Star Wars.
We were like, well, no, this is way before Star Wars. This is like in the late 60s.
No, that was a code name. That was like an 80s technology called Star Wars. It was basically an anti-nuke.
No, I know what Star Wars was, but this was way before that. This was like, because what got called the Star Wars program was like in the 80s, because that was Reagan. But this was like back in the 60s. It was one of the reasons they kept trying to develop new rockets. And we just bankrupt. That was one of the major things. I can't remember how much it was, but it was some ridiculous amount that they ended up spending on a bunch of attempted unmanned flights that just mostly crashed.
Yep, we did all kinds of shit. Like it's funny when The Hunt for Red October came out as a book. James Patterson, I believe it was, who wrote that.
No. It was I think it was Tom Clancy that wrote it.
Tom Clancy, or it's one of those two, Patterson or Clancy.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, like America literally thought that was based on something real, and started working on a silent jet propulsion system for submarines that didn't work because it was fiction. Like,
well, the messed up thing is we
God, they didn't read Ghost Recon then. Oops.
We did finally invent a silent propulsion system for subs.
Yeah, but it's not silent.
No, roughly.
Is it as bad as a silencer? Is it as bad as silent as a silencer?
Yeah, it's more like it's dampening, but it's not completely silent. And once they figured out what it was, they can listen for it. So it was trillions of dollars wasted.
Well, it's not like at least it wasn't like sorry.
It's impossible to make a silent propulsion system in water.
Did you guys hear about the mackerel farts? Like the listening stations in like Norway, they had this really, really high incidence of thinking that they were hearing ships because they heard the sound that had been interpreted as ships. Well, it turns out because they heard the sound every time they hear ships near. It turns out like they would hear it when subs were near, but the reason was because it was mackerel farts, and when you scare a school of mackerels, they all fart. But they do that even when there aren't submarines around. So they had like this crazy high amount of mackerel farts they were thinking were USSR incursions.
No, that happened a lot in the early days too. I mean, you go all the way back to like World War II submarines. Maybe like that was kind of our first time in the ocean. Like really like in the ocean using listening equipment and radar equipment to hunt the enemy. And so they'd come across some weird oceanic fucking thing and be like, it's some new technology from the Nazis, and it was like a giant squid.
Hey, we got some feedback.
He's playing music.
Hey,
Nez.
There we go.
Thank you, buddy.
And then there's the whole photograph of the U-boat with the so-called Megalodon.
Yeah, Photoshop. Or before there was Photoshop.
Oh, imagine how bad if that wasn't Photoshop. That actually was a Megalodon.
I think if the Megalodon really did exist,
what the fuck is it now?
We would know it.
No, I tend to agree. Nothing is that big.
We would fucking know it. Honestly, we would. If an animal that fucking big was ravaging the ecosystem of the ocean, we'd fucking know about it. Like we find some whale washed up on the fucking ocean, on the beach with fucking jaw bite out of it, the size of a fucking school bus. And we'll be like, okay, something big out there is eating whales. We got to find this fucking thing, whatever it is.
Well, it's totally possible that there's still life we haven't discovered in the ocean, since we know less about our own oceans than we know about space.
Well, yeah, because we can only go so deep. I mean, James Cameron went pretty deep, but
and there's like all so-called mysterious sounds they keep hearing from the ocean. The bloop, for example.
Yeah, the bloop. Yeah, I heard about that.
One theory is that it was either an earthquake, underwater earthquake, or a really, really big sea animal that's actually a lot bigger than anything that should have existed on Earth. That's probably down the ocean.
Yeah, but the thing is, anything that exists that deep is evolved to live in that kind of depth. It's not going to come up to the surface anyway, so it's no threat to us.
Pretty much.
It's not a movie. It's not Godzilla. If there's like some giant creature living on the bottom of like the deepest parts of the ocean in the total blackness and that kind of pressure, that kind of water pressure, if it's evolved to live that deep, it's not going to come to the surface. It'll fucking kill it. It has evolved to live in that kind of environment. It's not going to come up top. No.
It's like the barrel
We have
eyes.
nothing to fear from Cthulhu.
Yeah.
We have nothing. But could you just imagine? Oh shit! There really is a giant sea monster in the ocean.
Right.
That'd be one hell of a skip. Like, oh, it's completely harmless. Well, that's lame.
What are we going to do anyway? Even if we could go that deep, it'd probably be in a submersible that's designed to go that deep and could probably only hold like 2 people.
Kill it anyways, just for that. We haven't killed anything.
It's like give me a submarine that could go to the very bottom of the ocean, but put like one of those like robotic fists on it, so I could just go punch something giant in the face. Like, I want to float around down there and be like, look, a giant thing we've never seen before.
I'm gonna punch it in the face.
I pooped it on the nose. Watch it swim away in terror.
We haven't caused the extinction of their species in a long time. We might as well kill something else off. Just because we're losing our game, really.
Yeah, besides, there's no point going that deep anyway. There's nothing down there. I'm sorry. Even if there's something down there, it's worthless to us. Okay?
Watch like all the oceans drain. I was like, oh shit. All this oil was down here the whole time.
Not even oil. We got plenty of oil. There's like oil fucking everywhere. People are like, we're going to run out of oil one day. No, we're not. No, we're not.
There's coal in Antarctica, but because of a treaty, we're not allowed to dig it up.
No, we're not. I'm sorry. It's there's enough oil under Alaska alone to power fucking everything that runs off of oil for like 1,000 years.
Have you ever seen that video where the dude was saying that the oil reserves refill themselves?
Wow.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, the oil, the Earth makes its own oil. Those reserves will refill themselves, and it's like, you're fucking stupid.
Yeah, you're a dumbass. Like, everybody knows that's like rainforests that died billions of years ago and became sludge and, fucking became oil, Mm-hmm. But there's so much of it. I mean, it's under the oceans where we can get to it. Like I said, even if there's oil deep in the ocean, like real deep where we can't get to, it's worthless to us. Because we can't drill that far down anyway. We wouldn't be able to build a pipeline that far down.
Not yet.
Yet.
It's just not feasible. By the time we have the technology to do that, we'd be able to drill for oil on other planets.
Or some
That's
other
something else I find really interesting, is oil in outer space.
Yeah.
I honestly think by the time we could do that, we won't need oil other than like lubricant. You know what I mean? Like people won't be burning oil. Like,
yeah, by the time we run out of oil, we'll have an alternate fuel source.
Wasn't
oil on other planets. I don't mean necessarily oil. I mean energy resources. Like other planets have like.
As long as it isn't Argent energy.
Hello?
I think everything's going to be electronic one day because now they're figuring out how to like imagine this. Like I saw this like technology video because I like reading about stuff like that, and they figured out how to like charge your phone while you're just walking around. It's like electricity in the air can be captured and it'll just charge your phone as you're walking around, like wireless electricity.
Oh yeah, like the problem with that. The problem with that is not necessarily that the electricity isn't there. It's that our devices right now use too much energy for that to be an efficient solution. But I think over time, we're going to make our devices so much more efficient that, that they will never run out of power because they will just be able to gain, power from the electromagnetic waves in the air.
Right. I mean, they've been able to, most of our Wi-Fi is pumped out on microwaves.
Oh yeah. Anything like, all of it is like anything above. I can't remember exactly where microwaves start, but yeah, like we use the crap out of microwaves.
Yeah, I used to do my boss who owned a cleaning company also does the internet, like Wi-Fi internet for certain places in Little Rock, and I used to go help him put towers up on top of buildings and shit. And one time we were on top of the biggest building in Little Rock. We were on top of the TCBY building, and back then it was the TCBY building. Now it's the Metropolitan, but. We were on top of that motherfucker, and he was fixing an Omni, and I was like walking the plank around the top of the building, like looking down, like freaking out and shit. And I was about to walk in front of one of his Omnis, and he was like, "Stop! Step away slowly." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Do not walk in front of my antenna." And I'm like, "Why?" And he's like, "It's pumping out microwaves. It'll cook you." I'm like, "Oh, shit!" especially the highly directional grid antennas. Yeah, dude, like. I used to do a lot of CWNA stuff, and oh my gosh, dude, you'd see like birds would like light on like the rooftop and stuff, and just like their feathers start to like smoke. You're like, bird, you're gonna move real quick. Oh yeah, and that was no lie too. I pulled a cold chicken wing out of my lunchbox and I put it on a wire hanger we found up there. And I fucking held it in front of the Omni and started cooking the chicken.
Oh my god! Wow! Holy shit!
So I would like to pop in. You do know how they discovered microwaves in the first place, or not microwaves, but the microwave oven? Was a scientist was standing in front of I can't remember what it was. It was something. It was generating microwaves, and the chocolate bar in his shirt pocket had melted, and he's like, "Oh, yeah." It's like, "Oh, hey, this melts chocolate. Maybe it can turn this into food cooking something."
Yeah.
You know? And that's actually microwave ovens were originally used in restaurants as well, like high-end restaurants. It's a funny thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, back in the early '60s, they were thinking that the traditional oven would be a thing of the past. Everything was going to be cooked with microwaves.
And then we figured out we couldn't put tinfoil in a microwave, so we better keep the oven around for a little longer.
Yeah.
What happens when you put tinfoil in a microwave? I've never figured
it sparks.
It'll blow your fucking microwave up too.
You know, it's
because
funny. If you have a perfectly round spoon, like it doesn't have any like sharp edges on it at all, you can actually microwave it without it sparking. It's only sharp edges of metal that spark in microwaves.
Because
that's because of how electricity moves through metal.
Yeah. I also did want to say that on a couple of planets, I think Pluto or something, there are literal lakes of like hydrocarbons, methane and stuff.
Yeah. Well, the Europa. I think it's Europa.
I believe so. There's one.
Or is it Europa or No, Europa's the moon around Neptune. Am I wrong on that one? What's the one that what's the moon on? It's Titan.
Titan.
Yeah.
Around Jupiter has literal like lakes of methane.
Yeah, liquid and solid methane.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
just fucking like literal lakes of it on liquid and gas form. And you know what we could do with that amount of methane? I mean, you could fucking power anything.
They say that at
not
our
even just that.
Yeah.
Not even just that, because most of our things that we create through chemical engineering have a base of carbon monoxide. And to convert methane into carbon monoxide is a super simple process. So you could have enough to create plastics pretty much ad infinitum.
Yep. If we could get some sort of robotic drilling rig, like I think that's where androids will come in handy. It's like we'll create robots that can move like men and work like men, and then we'll drop them on Titan, and they'll just send back shit tons of methane.
I believe
do the work that we can't do because it's too dangerous.
Yeah, you can't go to Titan.
No.
Too cold. They
really bad idea.
They say that the temperature differential between like our body heat and how cold the surface of Titan is, it would basically cause the liquid or the solid methane to melt instantly, and you would start sinking into it because of it's just the difference in temperature. It's like having a blowtorch to ice.
Yeah,
it's that's big. Yeah, so you would, if you walked on the surface, you would have to be either going really quickly or not at all, because you'd be melting. Yeah, you'd be sinking into it.
Yeah, that, and I wouldn't want to fuck with the gravity on Titan anyway. You know, like that's gotta suck.
It's gonna be a pain in the ass finding a planet that has a gravity that won't crush us instantly.
Well, like it being so close to, like Jupiter. Like when Titan goes around Jupiter, it's in the pure darkness.
Yeah, Jupiter's insane gravity.
Yeah, like it's in like pure darkness for fucking days. Like
isn't Jupiter a gas giant anyways?
Yeah, it's actually doesn't.
Yeah, but it's got an insane amount of gravity.
Yeah, but it doesn't have the mass that Earth does because it's a gas giant, but it does have a good portion of gravity. What I was talking about gravity was
it's low. It's not dense, but it has much. It's as far as gravity, it has like
mass,
a ridiculous amount. Like it's much more. It's much large. It's like 100 times the size of Earth or something like that. And it's less dense, but it does have a heck of a lot more mass.
Yeah, but that also depends on the distance of Titan from Jupiter.
It is 1.352 meters squared. That's what it says the gravity is. I believe its gravity isn't like tremendously stronger than Earth's. It just has a lot of mass because it's a gas giant.
But what I was talking about with gravity is even the slightest change in gravity on the human body can be destructive.
No, that's very
destructive.
I wonder how far the Lorentz zone is from like the surface of because you could technically put like a space station in the Lorentz zone and just have it kind of sit there because of the neutral gravity.
Yeah, I can't remember all the moons. So Mad Dog says Titan orbits Saturn. You'd only feel its gravity, which is less than Earth's. That's probably right. It's like going to the moon. You know how you kind of hop around on the moon? Earth doesn't really have that much effect on the moon's gravity.
Well, that's also what makes the bottom of the ocean dangerous too. It's not just the fact that it's so far down, but when you go a certain down length, even the weight of the water, it's all gravity just adds up. Eventually, that's the other reason we can't get down there. It's just the gravity is just too crazy down there.
The center of gravity for Earth is 1,000 miles under the surface of the Earth.
It appears that he was correct. The gravitational constant for Saturn is only 10.44 meters per second squared. That's actually a lot less than I was thinking it was. I was probably thinking of Jupiter, though, because Jupiter is like more than double that.
Yeah, but I was thinking of gravity in effect on the human body. Like, if you could live on a moon like Titan, why would you fucking want to?
Ugh.
You'd get so like used to that gravity that if you came back to Earth, you'd be fucking crushed under the weight of it. Like you'd be like, I feel so heavy here.
Yeah.
Then
your bones.
My bones are brittle.
Become a lot less dense too over time.
Yeah, I mean they've done extensive research on the effects of like zero G on the body, on astronauts in space, and they constantly have to like work out. Like they have those fucking bikes and stuff up in the International Space Station where they have to work out twice as much as any other human just to keep their fucking muscles strong and stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because then they atrophy after a certain amount of time.
Yeah. It will weaken the fuck out of you being in a weaker gravity, you know? They actually talked about that in the show The Expanse. Like people got so used to living on Mars gravity.
I love
that they brought like a guy back, and how they tortured him was just hanging him up on the wall. Because he was so used to Mars gravity, his own body was like, he was like, ah! You know?
And Mars gravity is only a fraction less than Earth's, too. So
yeah, and they
I know that's science fiction.
all of their
that would be
military
fucking painful.
trains at 1G.
Guys, in The Expanse, the guy you're talking about, he was a belter, not from Mars.
I don't know. I only watched like 6 episodes of that fucker.
I never watched The Expanse. As soon as they start talking science, I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna pop in here.
Yeah, the Marsers in that series didn't have much issue with gravity, but when you left the orbital plane of Mars and went further out in the solar system, then you start to have that problem because of the artificial gravity and such.
Yeah, but I think if we colonize any world, we would probably have to live in like domes that has the technology to mimic Earth's gravity.
Probably right about that.
You know, unless we find an M-class planet that has very similar gravity to Earth.
So isn't that like in the Goldilocks zone?
Yeah, Goldilocks zone is, and that's just a term coined by scientists who are like, we think that's where life happens because it's at the right, it's the right place in the solar system, the right distance from the sun and everything. But there's no telling whether or not it's the right conditions for human beings, though. You know, it's just the right conditions for life.
For our life on as we know it on Earth.
Right. But it could be a wholly different carbon-based life form that's completely used to a different gravity, a different electromagnetic field, a different atmosphere. It could still be carbon-based life, but it could be completely alien to us.
And with our chances, with whatever disease we bring, we'll probably wipe them all out.
Yeah, human beings earned our place on this planet by living through millions of years of dying.
Yeah.
You know, dying of terrible diseases and building up immunity to them. We go to an alien planet. That's what I never got about Star Trek and shit. They go down to an M-class planet and they have no spacesuits on or nothing. They're like, this planet is very strange. And I'm sitting there watching it going, why haven't you died of alien flu yet? Like you're breathing in that planet's germs right now that are completely, like, you have no antibodies for these germs.
I'm going to let my nerd hang out right now. Do you want to know the canonical reason? Because the teleporters remove any foreign biological material from your system when you teleport back to the state.
That's bullshit, because there was episodes of Star Trek where they teleported people back that were sick, and then they had to go to sick bay.
I'm just saying that's supposed.
Maybe the humans in that universe are so awesome, like fuck your alien viruses.
I think in order to combat that, we would have to get to a place where we're so technologically advanced, we all have like nanites in our bodies, like little robots that literally attack anything that isn't human. That doesn't belong there. You know, like,
so basically, we take the LA cops and make them into nanites.
I was gonna say War of the Worlds. You know, it was like the common cold or the flu.
Oh yeah,
killed the alien. Or they said something. I was like,
makes more sense than water killing aliens.
Yeah.
Well, it could possibly be that water. There could be something in the skin that would react with water like that and be very caustic in effect.
Mad Dog 3060 says, actually, viruses rely on genetic keys. They could never hurt us. Bacteria or fungi, maybe, but not viruses. Yeah, you go ahead and try that. You be the first.
Oh, well.
We don't know. That's the thing. We don't fucking know. There could be some super virus out there that literally kills all living fucking things that it comes in contact with. We don't fucking know. You can land on a planet and be like, why is there no animal life here? Only plant life. And then all of a sudden you're like, found out why.
It could be like, that's why I always travel, go to a planet, wear hazmat gear, or whatever the equivalent is. And even if it says, okay, the air is breathable, don't even take it off. Don't take your helmet off because the air is breathable.
Well, also the problem is that we don't want to contaminate the environment. Like NASA is so anal about that with all their, like all the probes they send to planets.
Yeah, we learned from the Native Americans. Oh shit, they didn't have immunity to smallpox.
Fuck that. I want to be the first motherfucker to go to an M-class planet that we've discovered that holds life and light up a fucking Marlboro.
Well, technically.
and then you just like, and I just killed all of you. Goodbye, and leave. And just leave.
I want to like walk it like we've discovered the planet. We've discovered a planet that's like Earth and everything, and it has plant life and animal life. We're gonna call it Aegis.
Sneeze.
We're gonna call it Aegis Prime. We're gonna send all these astronauts, and then people can vacation there. And as soon as I get there, I'm gonna be like, "This is a cool planet."
You killed us all.
3 fucking moons. Hey guys, check that shit out. That crazy 3 fucking moons.
Oh, we killed off all the sentient life. Oh well, more land for us.
Rest in pieces.
Like, why did all the insects at the planetarium we opened at the resort planet at the planet resort that we opened on this planet die? Carcinogens.
Second hand.
I saw a video like, you give a human a rock, he's going to make the rock sharper. He makes a rock sharper, he's going to make it a sword.
I'd be like a classic American smoking a cigarette on the beach of some alien world, and when all the insects on that beach die, it's because they're allergic to freedom.
True fact.
Humanity first. Humanity first.
Yes, humanity first.
The human master race. Fuck all of you aliens. The galaxy is ours. We're gonna go Imperium of Man on your asses.
Someone watches Generation.
I would not want to do that. Could you imagine going to a planet that's still in like its Jurassic period or something, where like the oxygen level's so high that everything grows gigantic?
Oh shit!
So you land, they're like, what is that strange animal? That's a tick. Fuck this place, I'm out.
I didn't launch an exterminatus on it.
Oh god.
Nuke the planet. Like, nope, fuck that.
That's one of those things where you like land on this planet, and then the astronauts go running for the ship and take off, and NASA's like, "What happened? They have mice. So they're big. They're big fucking mice.
Giant
and aggressive."
No, why'd you eat the planet? They have giant spiders. Well, nuke the damn planet then.
Classic from space.
I see Starship Troopers. Fuck that.
Yeah, we're going on a bug hunt. I want to go to space and orbit an M-class planet just so I can be like, game over, man. Game over.
Who's seen Outlander? Who's seen Outlander?
The show or the movie?
The movie.
I have. I love that movie.
That's probably nuke the planet and survive.
You're a robot, man. You gotta have fun.
Sorry, what?
I'm sorry. We'll probably nuke the planet from orbit and then kill off all the survivors.
Ooh.
Just because of one dragon thing? No, he did right. He hunted it down and killed it. That was the right thing to do.
Yeah, but in the movie they explained that they nuked the planet. They basically, fuck everything on this planet.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah, when they found the planet filled with those dragon things, they fucking just
Jesus
nuked it, and then they came in with like lasers and just shot whatever survived.
Pew 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 pew. It's the only way to be sure.
I love science fiction, but it's just not. It's just not realistic enough yet. Like it's like there's so many things.
So stupid.
I think one of the
Tim Gray says if there are wasps, nuke the planet. And exactly.
Yeah, could you imagine like landing on this plane and be like, it's so beautiful. What's that up there? I think that's a bird. That's not a bird.
That's not a bird.
That's a fly.
Kill it!
Oh shit!
Kill it before
Turn
it
around,
lands.
walk back up into the ship, and take off.
Like, imagine going to a planet that's like it's medieval ages. We go and there's like, sup, you're our slaves now.
Could you imagine NASA getting a message from the deep space mission to this planet, and they have to wait like days and days for the message just to get there, and then when it finally comes, you just hear the astronauts going, "There's a whole lot of nope on this planet." We're coming
Sends back. What the hell happened? A week later, gets a response. We're not doing this shit.
And we don't even know what life like. We could land, and it could be like, "Hey guys, you ever heard of like mythological creatures we didn't think exist?" Yeah. Well, Houston, we like to report that gargoyles do exist.
No, I got something better. Imagine how awkward it'd be. Like, found a new planet, and there's humans on this planet. Like, oh shit. Like the ultimate coincidence happened with the exact circumstances to grow human life happened on another planet.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but imagine that. Imagine if we landed on a planet and like life evolves exactly the same.
We're like, oh shit.
Light differences. So we land and there's all these humans and they're exactly like us, but they're like there's like one thing off, like their belly buttons are on their back or something.
They're blue.
Yeah.
You know?
No, then they'd be the chiss.
Oh, that's possible.
Did somebody just say they're blue?
Yeah,
it's possible.
That actually existed. I don't remember the time period, but there was a family that was so incestual that a bunch of the kids had blue skin.
Well, yeah, it's because they have a high silver intake in their bodies. Or whatever. Some other guy, he drank like silver straight, just the liquid, and his whole body, like skin, lips, everything, it all turned like blue. He was on like Ripley's Believe It or Not or something, I think.
No, this was a family from Kentucky.
Yeah, it was all incest.
They're
oh dear God,
so thin because of DNA degeneration.
Yeah,
that their blood vessels make their skin look blue.
Yeah.
Or like imagine like landing on a planet full of anthropomorphic animals and like, oh shit, the furries had it right.
I really wish stuff like that existed, just so I could like if there was another planet with like primitive people, but they're still slightly intelligent, but primitive alien life forms that are still in like the Stone Age, I would love to be the astronaut to land on that fucking planet so I could be their god. It's like, sup, you're our slaves now. Yeah.
Magog's going intergalactic.
I'd pull out a fucking lighter and just blow those fucking people's mind. I hold fire in my hand.
show them the power of guns. Like we have fire sticks. Fear us.
My boomstick goes.
You brought boomstick. We run now.
we worship you.
You are now our cannon fodder. You're gonna be our cannon fodder if we encounter another alien race.
How quickly do you breed? Good.
Like people like to think about like alien life forms and stuff like that, but you know, and there's cartoons and there's movies and stuff, but in actuality, the human mind is not ready, I think, to come across an intelligent life form.
No.
I mean, the only time it's ever happened was with the Neanderthals.
Like, I think we could deal with it. I think we could deal with it if they were at least humanoid. But what if life took like a completely different evolutionary turn and they don't look anything like us? That scared the piss out of most people.
Yeah.
Like
oh, these giant spiders are talking to us. We don't like this. Kill it.
Fuck no. Gas the planet.
But what if they're friendly?
Exterminators.
But they're friendly.
It's like, can you imagine up on a planet?
I don't know about that, man. I'm not ready to.
Like, you show up on a planet where there's like giant spider people, and they're like, "You are the gods. We offer you our women." No.
No, we're good. We're good. Let's go. Move on. We're just gonna move on. We're going to the next planet. No offense.
Yes, on the next planet you find walking, talking dinosaurs.
Oh, wow.
I'd be okay with that.
Hey, you just live on our planet.
Didn't you go extinct 100 million years ago?
Nope, they just went home.
Like, imagine a planet like full of woolly mammoths. So I was like, hey, didn't we wipe you guys out?
That's like,
oh well, time to finish the job.
some Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy shit right there. It's like, on this planet, there were 6 extinction level events. One was a massive drought. The other one was a meteorite hit. And it gets to the 6th one. And it's like, and the final one was a human showing up and smoking a cigarette.
Like, we probably would just. Actually, we probably would cause a bunch of genocide if we went to other planets. Like, nope.
Magog, the destroyer of worlds.
There we go.
The great Marlboro cataclysmic event.
Here, we have the cause of the 6th extinction event. A simple Marlboro cigarette butt.
Ray Jacobson says planet Yifno State.
Oh God, no.
God damn it.
I just realized how much it would suck to go to space because, like, you can't smoke in space.
Oh, boo-hoo, Crimea River.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we'll find a way to do it.
You can vape in space. It's a heating element. It's not fire.
Yeah, but you would have to carry an immense amount of it and probably go stale by the time you've gotten here.
We'll
like, imagine going to a planet that's like full of fish people.
Ooh,
could you,
water?
I think there's a wouldn't there be like a
Subnautica?
Subnautica.
Could you imagine landing on a planet and you've been prepared to face an alien entity? You're all like mentally and physically ready for the rigors.
It's a human. It's another human.
And you step off the planet. And the local people, and you're like, "Holy crap! There's intelligent life here." And all these like weird-looking people come up to you and they start worshiping you as a god. But then one of them stands up and is all like, "Wait a minute! He looks a lot like patriarchy." Nope, I'm out.
It's like, well, kill them all. It's like, well.
Oh God, feminist.
Pull out the shotgun. That's when you pull out the shotgun. Like, well, we're going to have to kill you all now for mercy. Just for the sake of the rest of the universe, we're going to have to kill you all. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, if feminism did take over, you would have a very tribal, backwards planet.
Cult.
Cult. There'd be no advancement.
Well, it depends on the life forms. I mean, you could, like birds, you could have or some insect breeds. You could have an entire species predicated on the female of the species, not the male.
Well,
look at bees. Look at bees and wasps. There's a queen, and all the workers work for her because she's the only one who lays eggs. I mean, you could have that technically.
It works in the insect world.
That's very pheromone based though. I mean, the queen and the drones, they all do it based on pheromones. I don't know if you can, right. I don't know if you can have a high-end civilization based off of pheromones.
Sure you could. Why not?
Like, with birds on the hand, we fare pretty well against birds since their bones are hollow, and like a single punch them would like shatter their bones.
Depends on how big the bird is.
No, I have to disagree with you on that. I've literally punched an owl in the face that attacked me. And it didn't seem to phase that fucking owl.
I'm like, yeah, that's
you punched an owl.
Well, you didn't punch hard enough.
I really want to hear the story.
I've told it on stream.
Okay, what Cat Vega said is get line on planet Amazons, and you got like the whole death by snoo snoo.
Yeah. Futurama joke. We all remember that episode.
And their faces, they kept switching from being excited to terrified, like, huh? Oh. Yeah,
I'm gonna get fucked to death. I don't know if I like this or hate it.
I don't know if I can be excited or scared or fear for my life.
It's gonna be great, but I don't want to die.
Yeah, well, there's worse ways to go.
Like, how would a planet of Amazons react to men like, oh, they're small, but they're the only dick we have?
Well, they would have to have dicks, they couldn't reproduce their society.
Cloning. Probably cloning.
So,
what's the next topic? Yeah, I know, right?
Well, we can keep.
There are 10 people here, so let's give some other people a chance to talk, okay, guys?
Yeah.
All right.
And if some of you have streamed with me before, there are going to be plenty more opportunities, but there can only Google Hangouts only allows 10 people in, so. If anybody wants to drop out and let somebody else have a chance to come in, I'd appreciate that.
Well,
Go ahead.
there's like 10 people here, so let's give some other people a chance to talk, okay, guys?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pop out. You have a good day, guys, and I will talk to you
have a
soon.
good one.
Yep. Thanks for dropping in. We're also joined, like some people who haven't talked much, is Sergeant Forrest and Matthew and Doofy's here.
Nez is gonna hop off as well.
All right. Thanks for coming on, man. Go back to work.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't realize my microphone was muted.
Yep, your mic was muted. Yeah.
What's up?
What's up, man?
Remember I talked about that sword I wanted to buy a while back?
Now, for everybody who doesn't know, Doovy is an actual, like, in real life friend of mine.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
We
don't tell everybody that.
God, it's a spider.
I know you're ashamed of me, are you?
Kill it.
Damn it!
You're ashamed of me. You're ashamed of me.
Oh God, I just realized that was a spider. Fuck.
This whole time.
Yeah, that's a little spider with a little.
He's got little.
It's a spooder.
Yeah,
it's a spooder. It's a spooder.
I don't know why I thought it was a crab.
Crab people.
But I just looked at it and just like, oh shit.
Like
That's
crabs.
a thing.
He has little foam fingers that look like pinchers.
That's awesome.
But yeah, Doovy, man. Do you want me to call you by your real name or just continue to say Doovy?
Oh, I don't care. Doesn't
Okay.
make any difference.
Well, this Doovy here is one of the guys I grew up with, and he actually helped me in the early days. We were making independent films together for a minute.
Oh wow.
Oh
That's
shit!
cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, we tried.
Yeah.
We
I
tried.
don't know if we actually
For
succeeded.
literally, for literally 60 seconds. Or
I've told this story before. It was tough holding actors down and keeping a schedule, and then there was all the whole, didn't really have like a full script for anything. Like,
Yeah.
we were kids, man. We were kids. What are you gonna do?
Fair.
Well, I had a sweet ass camera at the time.
Oh yeah. Now that's a piece of shit compared to what you can get now.
God, it's garbage. My cell phone does better.
Yeah, exactly. We had the Panasonic DVX 100A, if I remember right.
that's a mouthful.
Yeah, and that was like a $5,000 camera at the time, and now you can buy it on eBay for like $800. And nobody wants to buy it because it still uses it's digital, but it has like a high def digital backup tape.
What?
It still uses the tape. Yeah.
What was it? 100A?
It was the 100A or the 100B, one of the two.
Yeah, I think we had the B model, DVX 100.
Yeah, DVX 100B. Yeah.
Oh wow! I see.
Good times, though. Good times.
Mm.
We learned a lot from that failure, though. We learned a lot that independent
With
films
failure,
were
you learn.
expensive. They were expensive. It was an expensive hobby, and it was harder to do than you might think in Arkansas. With not a lot of people.
Fair.
YouTube hadn't been invented yet. We had no hopes of actually anybody seeing our film unless we got it into an independent film festival. There was a lot that we just we weren't ready for.
There was always Newgrounds and other places.
Oh my God.
Get some E-bombs.
And what about Meta Cafe and all that?
Honestly, it wasn't that big a deal. Some of that early internet stuff was kind of famous, but it wasn't big here. I still remember playing RuneScape on dial-up because it took forever for high-speed internet to come to Arkansas.
Oh well.
Who's buzzing?
Not me.
Somebody's got their mic jack all fucked up because it's like bzz, bzz.
That's no me.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. No, because Casey just muted.
Nope, not me.
No, other Casey.
Oh, hey.
No, he just muted. Is it Dragon Ace?
Well, that's not me.
Yeah, I think Dragon Ace because
Testing.
You're good.
Okay, I don't hear it anymore. So whoever it was.
Oh, so it is me then. Ah, shit.
Yeah, it is you.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's Dragon Ace.
It's
All right, I'll leave then.
It's no big deal, man. I was just like, who is it?
What's that
Like, what else I say?
buzzing noise?
Could it be on my phone? Maybe because I'm using my cell phone. That's all I got. So maybe that's why.
oh yeah.
Probably. Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah, I'm using my cell phone too.
Yeah,
So,
especially
yeah,
if
that's
it's
just
plugged
a-
into the wall.
Yeah.
So take it off the charger.
Yeah, if you have it on a charger, that's probably doing it. Or if you have
Oh, I do have it on charger.
Oh, that explains.
Wait.
Well,
This one
guys,
gave me the big bucks.
it's been nice, but I have to leave.
All
See,
right, man. Well, thanks
Okay.
for hopping in and saying hi.
You're welcome.
Have a good one.
Says farewell.
Farewell.
Oh fuck.
I do all
That's
kinds
cool.
of voices. What are you talking about?
I wish I could do voices.
That's Rufus right there. That's the voice I did for Rufus Lake.
Oh.
Yes, but I'm still going to burn you alive.
Good.
Now,
Actually,
luckily, I don't have to do that voice anymore because for the sitcom, I've gotten a hard yes, a total like I'm down because I become very good friends with him. Undoomed is going to do the voice of the dragon.
God!
So,
Fuck yeah!
Shit, man.
Nice.
so
That's
yes.
awesome.
Oh
So-
man.
When we finally get around to doing the sitcom and the dragon finally makes an appearance, Undoom's going to voice him.
Oh my
So-
god.
So
That is badass.
That is dope
Yes.
as hell.
Yep.
that's
I
sweet.
was talking to him and he was like, "Man, you got a real cool thing going. Like I'm really like excited for you and like I'm excited to see how it goes." And I was like, "You can always do some voice work for me." And he's like, "Man, I'm free. Just send me a script. I can't, you know." I'm like, "Hell yeah." I'm like, "Can you
Awesome.
voice my dragon?" He was like, "Yeah, I'll do it."
That would be perfect.
Fuck.
So as far as I know,
Is that why we-
Undoomed is going to voice my dragon because it's not like full-time work or anything. He can't help me out, you know.
Mhm.
So
Hang
a
on.
lot of
When you say my dragon, is that your nickname for your penis?
that would be a weird nickname for a penis, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie.
Show you my dragon.
I think a better name would be Sergeant Johnson.
Yeah, I don't think the show's going to be that raunchy.
Darn.
On YouTube, anyways.
I don't know. Your side quests get pretty insane there, man.
That's because it's improv, but
No, it's awesome. No, it's awesome. I love it.
What is it?
and we are joined by who is that? Sasu Hole.
Hello.
What's up?
Not much yourself.
Nothing, just hanging out with some patrons.
Yep.
Sasu, like Sasu from Bearings channel?
Yeah.
Like we were just shitposting today?
I think we were we?
Fuck, dude.
So anyway.
I don't know.
Huh?
Somebody was.
So anyway, yeah, get to the worshiping me.
Yep. You want so?
Me.
Oh wow! I just got a new notification. Somebody has donated $75 to my Patreon.
Oh, hot.
Oh, nice.
We have a new patron. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Give that man a cookie.
Give that cookie a man.
Yeah.
Wait.
No,
wasn't-
give that man a pussy. Or not.
And you hand him a cat.
Snail Messiah in the chat says, "How do I join Voice? I am a patron. Just go to Patreon if you're a $10 or over donator. You can click the link that's in the post. I posted it publicly.
Speaking of which, I
And
want
you-
the.
And it's a Hangout, and you'll join via your Google, you know, your Gmail or whatever. Pretty easy. Got to have a microphone plugged in.
Wait, you mean
You don't
I'm
have
giving
to have
you
a
$10
camera.
a month?
The what?
I'm giving you more than $10 a month?
No, I think you're giving me
I gotta
exactly
fix that.
$10 a month. I think yours is definitely $10 a month. You're yeah. I think you're a knight.
Yes.
$10.
Glory to the knights.
Yeah.
I already got my sword.
I am a Magog knight.
Magog, yeah, nice.
Magog knight.
Magog knight.
I actually am a Magog knight.
Got a sword.
Fuck, dude.
I got a new axe.
That's
Did I
awesome.
show everybody?
No.
I bought this at a flea market.
Oh shit.
Nice.
It's a bearded axe. Look at the beard on that fucker, too.
No.
Yes, pull out your axe.
I feel like a proper Viking.
You have my axe.
That's a nice sword. What kind of sword is that, too?
Italian longsword from Cold Steel.
Nice.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask if it was like a an Albion. Oh.
No, but actually it's a battle-ready sword.
Oh,
It's very fucking sharp.
Yep.
I cannot unscrew the pommel, though, unfortunately.
What? So you can't end anyone rightly?
No.
Shame. Get out of here.
It appears that it was a translation error. It was supposed to end them quickly.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
It was a...
I still can't believe that somebody said, "Oh, hey, you're in the middle of a fight for your life. Well, unscrew the pommel of your sword. Just take the time, no hurry, and then chuck it at the guy. Never mind, he's wearing armor or not.
Well, it's supposed to be a distraction.
That's a hell of a distraction.
It was wind. It was windy.
And my phone battery's about to die, so I'm going to switch over back to my PC.
Alrighty. So anyway, yeah, things are going all right at a pretty decent pace. The land is getting cleared. I've talked to a couple builders about steel buildings. I've had some appointments. Things are going to move right along here soon.
Cool.
And then I'll be able to move. So in the coming weeks, I am going to be working on. Doing some a lot of content, like multiple videos, so I have a backlog. Because when I go to move, I'll probably have to take a break. And so it'd be nice to upload some stuff and just have it ready for the week that I move. Because it'll probably take me a while to get the internet set up there and the set built and everything like that before I can film Magog again. So, yep, might even have to take a break from SideQuest. Depends on how things go.
Oh, no, not again.
A side quest without Magog? Oh,
I haven't missed a single episode, so I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear no bullshit. My co-hosts can handle it. They can fucking carry the show. Angie is really opened up. At first, she was a little shy, and now she's really come out of her shell. Weebo's always fun, So
gives the thief nothing.
I have fun with SideQuest. SideQuest is pretty nice. It's a fun little show. I enjoy doing it. I like how it's unique compared to other live streams on YouTube.
Right.
So we're just gonna figure out some new things to do in the future and everything. But we are celebrating our 10th episode already. So we just had our 10th episode.
Season 2.
Ready.
Hell yeah, man. If I just interject real quick, but I've been really enjoying how much the show has grown, personally.
Oh, thank you, Ben. Appreciate it. And thanks for joining the call.
Well, thank you for having me.
Oh, shit, it's Wolverine.
Man, this is the first time I've done a Google Hangout, so I just literally threw a picture up there because I don't want my ugly mug on the web.
Here.
So.
Yeah, Ben was like, Wolverine, that'll do.
Yep. That'll do.
And Sasu, he didn't even bother. He's like, fuck it, I'll turn my webcam on.
Done.
He has no shame. He's like, fuck it, I'm handsome. The world needs to see.
Well, I'm hoping my wife will get back soon, and I can show you my dog.
Woof.
Show my dog to Magog.
Wow.
Is it racism dog? Because I don't like racism dog.
Or your dog.
If it's racism dog, you're going to have to put it down. I'm sorry.
He's an American dog, so.
That's good.
So you're gonna have to shoot in the face even more then.
Oh, don't be so violent, Vladimir.
Not against the dog.
Russian.
Yeah,
I'm actually
Against
not.
people is one thing, but not dogs.
get the dog.
What?
Actually, my real
Because,
last name doesn't help, but people still think I was Russian because of my real last name.
Dragon? Wait.
No.
Diana.
What is your last name?
My real last name's Nikolov.
Yep, that'll do it.
That sounds pretty Russian.
Nikolov. It's Bulgarian. I've told Magog. I think and it was originally my great grandpa's first name, when it was pronounced Nikov.
Shut up, you dirty commie.
Bulgars.
Nikolov is actually Russian, like translated to dirty commie.
Oh, wow. You're gonna make.
But so it's all Russian names.
See, I was about to look it up. I was about to fact check you. I almost made myself look stupid.
God damn it.
There's only two languages, American and foreign.
You goddamn right that is.
Don't you mean English? You mean the people whose ass we kicked twice?
Yeah. Well, we don't talk about that.
We helped them out plenty of times too, so I got no hate. I got no hate for the English as a whole. I do not like their politics as of yet, but
that's poor English.
Yeah. Arrest that guy. He's streaming in the street outside of a courthouse.
Tommy Robin.
Arrest that guy. He taught his dog to do something funny.
He taught his pug to paw the air when he said
Count Dankula.
Yes, the Jews.
Oh, okay. So check this out. So there was a kid that was fined 500 pounds for killing his neighbor's dog or something like that. Family pet. They were super upset about it. Dankula was charged 800 pounds as a fine for telling a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Wow, like a dude got fined 500 quid for kicking a dog to death.
Yeah.
But 800 quid to the guy who taught his dog the Nazi salute as a joke.
I made an off-color joke. Just a joke.
He was found guilty of being grossly offensive. That's the law in England.
That's what they called it.
Grossly offensive.
Great example what to watch out for over here. I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
Wait.
The buzzing is really distracting. I'm sorry.
There's a robot.
Yeah, who's buzzing again?
I don't know. Might be me. Let me see.
No, it's still Ace over there. Yeah,
Sorry, I'm muting.
Just mute yourself until you talk. That would be better.
Instead of censoring.
I understand if you don't stream that often. It's cool. I'm not getting mad. It's just I want my people to have a good experience here. So,
Technomancer?
No, I get you. I'm sorry.
What the fuck? Okay.
No, you're good, man. You're good. Just
We got two Vladimirs.
Yeah, my internet crapped out. There's two of me.
Yeah.
No, never mind.
What? Oh god, he's been cloned already.
No, there you go.
Yep. No, he's switching. That's what happens when you switch from your phone to your computer.
No, my internet went weird. I was still on my computer.
Yeah, well, it's Google.
That's
It's Google.
Yeah.
I was saying could you imagine if the English found out the next day that they've been annexed by America?
I don't think that would happen.
Well, first
it's a good what if situation. It's a good what if. It's like, well, first of all this nonsense about hate speech gotta go.
Done.
Yeah, because the Supreme Court recognized that hate speech does not exist.
Yep.
Yeah, it just wouldn't happen. It's not realistic. One, we don't conquer countries anymore. We used to, and those were great days. And two, even if we did, we would not want England.
Well, first, we need to annex Canada.
Oh, I know some Canadians would be pissed off that. I just love to see the looks on their faces. Like, yep, Trump's the president now, whether you like it or not.
There's a dude.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah, they have hate speech laws in Canada too.
So fluffy.
Dog.
I just had to up my patronage by $5.
See, that's what happens when you don't give me enough money. It's all the cool shit.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
She just walks like, "What's this?"
Pretty much.
Your girlfriend was like, "Nope, not interested."
No, it's my wife.
Oh, wife. Sorry, good.
Whatever.
Jesus.
Did you just assume his marital status?
He did.
No, I assumed it is not marital status.
Well, hey, catch you later. I got to go to work. Pleasure hanging out with y'all.
Yep, have a good one, man.
Too.
Coming by.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay.
Bark, bark.
He doesn't bark.
Bork.
So Daniel has joined the stream. What's up, Daniel?
Not much.
Yep.
I'm just enjoying my new privilege of speaking to the Lord and Master.
Yes, worship me.
Oh, I will.
That's why I do these streams. I'm like, my patrons should really have more opportunities to tell me how great I am.
I agree.
Gold City Lives in the chat, who's my good friend over there. He used to be the Free Press kickstand.
I miss those days. That's actually how I found out about you, Magog, was through Free Press. And I'm like, I like this guy. He's hilarious. I'm good.
Magog is planning to invade England. What I'd stumble into? I haven't planning shit. That was the other guy.
Yes, we have been plotting.
They find what is this in England? Apparently, someone says they're in the UK and they fine you for swearing. What is this, Demolition Man?
Yeah.
Oh,
damn it!
Oh, you can take England anytime you want and give it back to Denmark.
No, we're taking it for ourselves.
Yeah.
But
okay, we'll take Canada then.
No, America's going to take all the Commonwealth nations. Like, yep, you're yours now.
Yeah, I like to use the Scandinavian countries like Denmark and Sweden and Switzerland as good examples. Like when people on Twitter are like, name one thing white people invented that is actually useful. And I'm like, Lego.
You invented the internet?
Fucking hello.
Fuck yes.
Don't have to look that hard.
Yep.
You're using one thing that we've invented.
The internet.
Like
Lego is literally short for, I can't remember the actual
play
word.
well, or
but
something.
it's literally short for play well.
It is. It's like God.
Yeah, like God.
Huh.
So
he just took the first two letters of each of those words and jammed them together. It's Lego.
Lego.
Pretty sweet.
Lego my ego.
Yes. This is a brilliant invention if you think about it. Like so simple and yet so diverse.
Painful.
So versatile.
Yeah, the fucking original bricks didn't have the little tubes inside of it, so they just kind of fell over.
Yeah.
So when they invented the little tubes, they patented that shit. Because it was a brilliant idea because they could actually link together and stuff.
That's probably the biggest toys ever.
Yeah, there's a documentary series on Netflix called The Toys That Made Us. There's 2 seasons right now, 8 episodes, because there's 4 episodes per season, and each episode covers a particular toy. And so there's an episode on the Star Wars toys, there's an episode on G.I. Joe, there's an episode on Transformers, Barbie, Hello Kitty, Lego. I can't remember the others. But it's a really good little show. It shows you kind of like the history of these like toys we all grew up with. Ninja Turtles. That was one of them. Ninja Turtles. And He-Man. That was the other one.
He-Man.
It's really funny. Like He-Man, like Ninja Turtles, He-Man and Ninja Turtles were both invented as toys first. And then the cartoons came out to market the toys. It wasn't the other way around.
I didn't know that.
Your first?
Yeah, they came up with the toys, and then they were like, how do we sell this to kids without any actual thing it's connected to? You know, so they invented the cartoons and the comic books and stuff to sell the toys. And that was the 80s for you.
Wasn't the comic book supposed to be like a satire on superhero comic books?
I don't remember.
I think it was.
I wouldn't doubt it. But very successful, you know.
Ninja Turtles fucking everything. I saw that Nostalgia Critic episode where they said they made Ninja Turtle things of everything.
Yep. But man, the marketing was brilliant on like I loved the Transformers episodes because the marketing was just brilliant. They got the voice actor for Optimus Prime. You know,
oh my god,
yeah, and he has been the same voice actor for Optimus Prime up and through all the new movies and everything.
Yeah.
And they had that real catchy jingle. Like before they even came out with the cartoon, the commercials that would sell the toys had this robotic voice that would, you know, Transformers, robots in disguise. You know, that was brilliant actually. Like that was a brilliant marketing gimmick. You know, more than meets the eye. Like that was pretty brilliant. That little kid's eyes glow green, and he's all like, "More than meets the eye." Like it's sold toys, man.
I remember like seeing like they tried to do Transformers with Star Wars vehicles. Like one of the catchphrases was, "Even Yoda wouldn't see this coming."
Oh yeah, some things fail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like one Transformer of Star Wars Arc 170.
The Barbie one was pretty funny because when Barbie was invented, it was actually to kind of teach girls about their anatomy when they would get older. So, like, the first Barbies had nipples.
There's a lot of dolls in Japan that have nipples still today.
Yeah, but that's a fetish now.
That's Japan.
That's a wholly different industry you're talking about there, buddy.
Yeah, the dolls are life-sized, and they're very anatomically correct.
And let's not even get started on the pillows there.
Oh god.
Waifu pillows.
Waifu pillows, yeah.
When I think about
I saw one as a joke, but it was literally an Abrams tank on a pillow. With like one flipped on its side and slipped on its back. Like, really?
Yep.
The one
I want an attack helicopter waifu pillow.
There's one.
That's awesome.
Seen one joke. It was a joke one, but like a Car 98 Mauser. Oh. Like on one side it was assembled, and the other side was completely disassembled. Like
nice.
This guy, Vladimir and his fucking guns, man.
My criminal justice lawyer said to my face I had a gun fetish, and I accepted, like, yep, you're probably right.
And do that with an M1 Garand, then I'll be happy.
Hey, I don't want to get M1 thumb.
Garand thumb. Yeah, you're okay.
Or as I say, Garen. Fuck you.
Garen. I don't know, Garand.
No, he moved to America, so it doesn't count as a Canadian invention.
Yeah, he's American.
The robots meet. Robot.
And then there's like the Dinobots.
Oh, so Sasso.
Oh yeah.
Sasso, what did you want to say?
Oh, I was saying the one Transformers that I remember when I was growing up were the Beast Wars.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Beast Wars.
According to the documentary, that actually brought them back because they failed completely after like 1987 when the movie came out. They killed off like Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
Like they killed off all the main characters because the way they were thinking was like, we'll do this cartoon movie, we'll kill off the 1984 characters and bring in new ones. And the new ones failed. The kids didn't want them. You know?
Right.
And so like they had a huge like drop in sales. And then like they were about to be bankrupt, and then all of a sudden this one guy was like, we'll do that, we'll go back to the original Japanese designs where they actually changed, you know, and they did animals instead, and it revitalized the Transformer genre by doing Beast Wars, you know.
Oh, and then there was Dino Riders, which I never seen, but I heard it was good.
They were good.
So was all this on cable or something?
No, it's on Netflix.
Oh, Netflix.
Yeah, it's a Netflix original documentary series called The Toys That Made Us. And it's really good. I enjoy watching it because a lot of the stuff I didn't even know. Like the Transformers that we played with were the exact designs from Japan that came out years before. They just slapped different stickers on them.
Well, wasn't that what
Power Rangers were pretty much the exact same footage, but they just changed up a bit.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it was.
There's like this robot in Japan called like Diatron or something like that, and he was Optimus Prime. He was a truck that changed into a robot. And the toy companies from America came to like this big expo.
Hasbro,
you know?
like, ooh, can we...
No, it wasn't Hasbro.
Well, I thought Hasbro owns Transformers now.
They do now. They didn't back then. It was like an independent company. I can't remember who it was. It wasn't. It was like Mardell Toys or something like that. I can't remember. I watched it a while ago because those 2 seasons have been out for a while. But no, I think Hasbro buys toys.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what they do. Like Hasbro bought Clue. Clue originated in England as Cluedo. And it was Parker Brothers. Yeah, it was Parker Brothers, and now I think Hasbro owns it. Because Parker Brothers is bankrupt now. Like they don't exist anymore. I don't think Parker Brothers exists anymore. I think all Hasbro all the Parker Brothers games were bought by Hasbro. So I think somebody can fact check me on that. It's a lot of information to store in your head about something that doesn't
Is there one about
mean anything to you. But I do know Parker Brothers isn't a thing though. Like they're not around anymore.
What the fuck is with that anime? The weeb. What the?
I just don't much care for the live action Transformer movies now. Like,
they
started off pretty good, but the last one was garbage.
So
the last night or whatever,
absolute trash. I hated that. I want that 2 hours of my life back. I watched that with a friend, and the whole time I was trying not to pull my eyeballs out.
I'm going to say not to fall asleep.
Talking about the new Transformer movie?
Yeah.
Did they have one on Green Iron Man, Magog?
Basically, like the last 2 suck. The ones, don't get me wrong, I don't much care for Shia LaBeouf, but like
actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
There are a few movies he did good though. Like I loved The Greatest Game Ever Played. That was a great movie.
Fury was great. I liked his acting in that as well.
And when I was younger, I enjoyed Holes too, that Disney movie. That was a cool movie. I mean, I liked it. It was at least unique, That
was one of my favorites.
See,
yeah, it wasn't bad.
I had a problem with Transformers Dark of the Moon.
Yeah.
So,
even though is that the one where they got Leonard Nimoy?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like it's like, oh, well, the dark side of the moon that you never go see because the sun never goes to it. And it's like, the sun hits every spot of the moon except for like dips in the top.
Have some very deep craters.
Yeah. Up like in the poles.
No, you misunderstand. The sun may hit it.
We don't see it.
But we don't see it because the moon doesn't rotate.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's always facing us.
Yeah.
It's tightly locked.
So, but that's not the point. Like, I at least like that they got Leonard Nimoy because he was the voice actor in the original cartoon movie for one of the Decepticons. Which one was it? It wasn't Galvatron. It was the same one he played in that movie. Like, they got him. They at least were nostalgic enough to be like, let's get Nimoy, because he did that in the original cartoon movie. He was one of the voice actors.
I think it was Galvatron.
It was Galvatron, I think. Yeah, might have been.
The last one I saw was Age of Extinction.
Yeah, that one wasn't terrible. That was when Mark Wahlberg took over. You're right, and that one wasn't terrible. At least it was still fun to watch. But the very last one, The Last Night or whatever.
I haven't seen that one yet. I haven't seen Age of Extinction all the way through either.
Like Age of Extinction was at least bearable, but the one that came after that, the most recent one, where they where they had Anthony Hopkins in it, and it was like King Arthur times, and
I completely forgot about that.
That was a garbage film.
Yeah,
that was a garbage fucking movie.
Wait, with a kid in King Arthur's court?
Yeah, that was the one where like Optimus Prime supposedly turned bad for a minute.
Oh yeah, he did.
I'm so confused.
My eyes are purple. I am now evil.
Yeah. Which they played that up in the trailer like it was like this big thing, and then you watch the movie and he was only bad for like 15 minutes. Then he got his head knocked. And then he like woke up and was like, "Oh, I'm good again."
It's like, "Oh, I'm evil." Just gets one slight to knock it in. Oh wait, never mind. I'm back.
Knocked him straight.
Honestly, they should have just stopped after 3 movies. It could have just been like a trilogy.
It's like Aliens. Should have stopped at number 2.
And even number 3 wasn't that bad. I liked Aliens 3. I mean, the graphics were terrible because they tried to do computer graphics, but it was a good story because it went back to the kind of bare bones where It was like them stuck on this penal colony filled with like running from the alien, you know? Like, it wasn't like Aliens where James Cameron took over and made it more like Starship Troopers, where it was like all about space marines. Yeah. And that literally was his inspiration. Starship Troopers was his inspiration for Aliens.
Well, the book, at least.
Yeah, the book was. The movie wasn't out yet. But yeah, Aliens, the sequel, he made the entire cast and crew read Starship Troopers. Like, he wanted to do a Starship Troopers movie, and they wouldn't let him. So he signed on to do Aliens and did his and did all the stuff he wanted to do for Starship Troopers in Aliens. So the whole, like, they use the same lingo, the Space Marines. They say bug hunt, you know, and things like that. Like, all that's from Starship Troopers. We're going on a bug hunt and nuke them from orbit. Like, all of that's from Starship Troopers.
You know, why did they get the power armor? Or is that what's supposed to be the power armor supposed to be?
Speaking of Starship Troopers, they should like do a proper movie because from what I've heard, the book, they were basically walking around in power armor, like power suits. They didn't just drop a bunch of, you know, poor fucking infantry on a planet full of bugs and be like, good luck.
Yeah, one could argue that it wasn't like the books, but who cares? That original movie with Casper Van Dien was fucking awesome.
Originally, the movie was supposed to be a parody on the book because the guy who directed it only like got through a few chapters before calling the book fascist garbage.
Yeah, we're going on a bug hunt, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So supposedly the book was the first really science fiction ever to inspire power armor. That's like the first time you see power armor in science fiction in the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I disagree with that completely.
Is there earlier versions of power armor?
Yeah, it goes all the way back to like early, like the early manga that came out after World War II in Japan.
Oh.
You know how many fucking like Japanese comic book characters had like some sort of power armor that allowed them to fucking run around in a robot suit? I mean, come on.
Don't tell me. With the power of like schoolgirls and love, they somehow single-handedly fought off like the entire U.S. war effort and saved Japan. You know,
they wish. They wish.
But with the power of enemy,
not the history of Japan. I'm sorry. They actually embraced America after we bombed the fuck out of them. Like obviously some Japanese fucking hated us for what we did.
That's like the only war
like
they ever lost.
A lot of the toys and stuff were really controversial in Japan because like toys they sold to boys were like the actual G.I. Joes with American uniforms and everything.
No wonder anime characters are all white. I always wondered about that. I was like, what the hell? This show.
And then people complain about whitewashing anime. It's like, have you seen the original anime? They look like white as a piece of sheet paper.
Yeah. It's
you
like
say, this character is actually Japanese and this character is American. They look exactly the fucking same. Like, how am I supposed to know?
I would just like to point out, I hate anime. I don't watch it, but I have a friend who's really into anime, and she would watch it a whole bunch. And I'm like, please don't torture me like this. And I'm like, wait, this show is set in Tokyo. They're Japanese. Why the fuck are they white? They have blonde and red hair.
Because we gave them Asian guilt.
Yeah, I guess
it's not even that. Like they literally embraced that culture in the 80s, and it wasn't American. It was about being colorful and pretty and cute. Like they're like pop icons were icons. Like people had these hardcore fan followings that like their pop stars in Japan wouldn't even like talk about their personal lives because it would anger the fans. They had this weird kind of fantasy about these cute, innocent girls, you know. Some of the first pop stars that come out in the 70s in Japan made that popular by coming out with fucking pink hair and big eyes and wearing like little girl outfits. It was all about like innocence. It wasn't even sexual. It was just like pure innocence.
Oh. You know? And then
then it became sexual.
What the hell? And then they fetishize that?
Oh yeah.
What the fuck?
Why here homosexuality is considered a fetish in Japan?
Jarl Falstaff says transgenders, men in disguise.
Oh God.
Wouldn't that be transvestites then?
Cross-dressers.
That's both. Transvestites dress as women, but they don't necessarily want to be women, whereas transgenders want to be women, but they can often still have penises and stuff. I mean, there's a reason they're called traps.
The whammon. Respect whammon.
I think if it's a turf like if that was a turf show, it'd be transgenders, patriarchy in disguise. Because turfs don't like trans people.
Free press, get on that shit right now. Make it a cartoon.
Trans exclusionary
Just
radical feminist.
Careful, you are streaming.
Bring it on.
That fucking matters to YouTube. They'll demonetize this just on principle anyway. They're like, oh, it's that guy. He's streaming again.
Done.
It's okay. That's why we're patrons.
Exactly. Without the patrons, I wouldn't even have this job. Honestly, if it wasn't for you guys fucking, promoting my stuff and giving me money every month, because I'm not making shit on YouTube. I think last month I made like $68 on ads.
You're like the quote, like being a guy every time he puts his feet on who wakes up, the devil's like, oh shit, he wakes up, he's up. But it's like every time you shoot, like, oh shit, he's streaming.
Yeah, the CEO of YouTube, like every time Magog or one of his channels goes live,
he's like, oh shit.
That it's the streaming set. Just like, oh fuck, that guy.
I just realized, when it comes to being like a creator, the old days of YouTube are dead.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a time when people didn't need Patreon. You could literally make enough money off ads. Like somebody with a channel my size could easily make a living off of ads. It wouldn't be rich. You could make depending on the amount of videos you put out, you could easily make $1,200, maybe $1,500 a month to supplement a part-time job, or even enough to live. And then people like Undoomed and Bearing Size and Sargon, those guys were pulling in like 10 grand a month on ads alone.
Yeah.
And then the adpocalypse happened. And a lot of people are like trying to say the adpocalypse didn't actually affect us because there's still ads that play on every YouTube video. But they don't realize that those are all low-paying ads. They're all from like mattress companies and shit who don't pay a lot for ads. We have lost the big money ads like Coca-Cola, Ford, Chevy. Like when's the last time you saw a commercial from one of the big-time companies like Coke and Walmart?
Ironically, it was on one of your videos, Magog.
Don't you get money for people who have premium too, or no?
Yeah, I get YouTube Red money, but not everybody does that either. Like the bulk of YouTube's money still comes from ads and super chat money. Because let's face it, I mean, a lot of people are like $10 a month. Fuck that! I ain't doing that when I could just run an ad blocker. Because the only selling point for YouTube Red is ad-free YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But if you run an ad blocker, you won't get ads. So who cares?
Yeah. But remember to turn off that pesky ad block.
I was just going to say.
Surprisingly enough,
that pesky ad block. Hey, careful! He'll flag this.
So that's why YouTube's trying to do this like special content for YouTube Red people, like original series and stuff.
Yeah.
They're trying to be like Netflix,
unless you say a naughty word,
so that people actually buy the $10 a month, YouTube Red. So they're trying to become like television, or Netflix. And
unless you tell a joke that's about a certain group, but then they'll cancel your entire season.
Yeah, but that's the problem too. Is they're not doing enough original content to matter for people who want to pay $10 a month. They don't have what Netflix can offer, like movies and tons of movies and original content and everything. Like YouTube's trying, but then their politics are getting in the way, and they won't let people make stuff that might be controversial or offensive.
Yeah.
And Netflix don't give a shit. Netflix is like, look at Altered Carbon. That's filled with sex, blood, and nudity and violence, and like they don't give a fuck.
Oh, you what? I bet. Let's make Mein Kampf. If someone made Mein Kampf a movie, Netflix,
oh my god,
they'd be like, "Oh sure, we'll play Mein Kampf the movie."
Hey, Vladimir, do you know Tick or TIK?
No.
That guy. Oh, you should look him up. He does historical stuff, and he actually did not a review, but he mentioned like the book Mein Kampf, and he's like, it was like a poorly written piece of garbage, and Hitler just keeps repeating the same thing over and over again.
Probably I haven't read it.
And I was like, okay, good. Now I don't have to read it.
Yeah, I don't. They don't really care about Mein Kampf.
So, I'm hearing on.
I watched. I can't remember what, but I watched a video.
Like, who people talk, Vladimir.
Sorry.
I heard on Facebook that apparently saying white people or using white skin or something is actually getting flagged now. So these people who are persons of color are getting their posts flagged as hate speech.
Well, good. At least they're starting to try to apply the rules equally.
So
anyway,
yeah.
So what were you saying, Vladimir?
I said I watched a video a while back, like who owns the rights to Mein Kampf now, or who owns all of Hitler's like financial stuff? And I forget who it is. Like
nobody. It's public domain.
Yeah, but all that wealth he earned from publishing the book had to go somewhere.
No, it's published by independent publishers. So if you buy the physical copy of the book, somebody does get money because they printed it, but they don't own the rights to it. You can literally download it.
Okay.
Like it's public domain. You could print it if you wanted. It's just if you buy a copy on Amazon, the publisher gets the money because they published it, so they get their money for printing the book, but they don't own it. You won't get a lawsuit brought against you for printing Mein Kampf. And that's because he didn't actually copyright it.
Oh, shit.
It's a personal diary.
Oh, yeah, that's because...
Oh, so that means the title's up for grabs?
That's because he was a socialist, and he's like, I will let the people have the right to this. And
I mean, I think he did publish it, but I don't think copyright laws as we have them now existed back then, so it doesn't count. It's public domain. You can literally download it.
And he wasn't that kind of socialist. He would have a field day with the Russians if he was.
Yeah, I mean, the government might own the rights to it, but I don't know if they do or not. I don't know German law, so I can't speak to that, but I do know.
I know that. I heard recently they got rid of the ban on swastikas in video games.
Yeah, because World War II video games have Nazis in them, and now Nazis aren't even allowed to be Nazis in video games.
Oh, yeah, you can't have a...
Historical symbol in a historical video game? Nope, can't happen.
The swastika, or what we know as the swastika, is originally an ancient good luck symbol, and just the Nazis took it and rotated it 45 degrees.
It's a Hindu symbol.
It's hilarious. Like, why did you take that and decide to use it as your thing?
Because he was into the occult.
Oh, that's right.
He was.
Yeah, he believed in, it didn't matter what religion. He thought that if he sought out all these different stuff, like, he did search for the Ark of the Covenant. He did search for the Spear of Destiny. He did search for haunted ruins and things like that to try to recognize the occult.
For that, the Black Sun.
Yeah.
So Indiana Jones does have some basis in reality then. Huh?
Yeah, Hitler was heavy into the occult.
Yeah.
Apparently the Nazis actually did go to Tibet looking for like the ancient roots of the Aryan race or something. And it's like, you win a little
video game about Indiana Jones trying to find the staff of Moses. Huh.
Yes, I think
the SS symbol is from runes.
I thought it was supposed to be lightning bolts.
Oh, it's runes. They took a lot of Scandinavian mythology and made their own.
We can't hear you, buddy.
Yeah, we can.
And whatever you're doing, Casey, is annoying me.
Oh, sorry. I'm looking in my fridge. I'm getting a beer, Magog. God.
What kind of beer?
Let me see if I can. Weihen Stefana? Hefeweizen, Bavarian beer.
Hefeweizen.
Hefeweizen, yeah. As we're talking about charts.
We'll start talking about beer.
Angry.
We'll start talking about beer. We'll set Doovie off.
Right, yeah, I need to go get a beer.
Start talking about beer, by the way.
Puppy's back.
Dude, Doovie's a beer guy.
Ah, shit.
Oh, God.
Fucking mute yourself, goddammit.
Yeah, Kadun says mute yourself.
I muted him.
Yep.
Damn it, Casey. That is a beautiful dog. Oh, baby.
Oh, great. we got the one chick on the stream going, "Oh, get your estrogen off of my stream."
This is an estrogen-free stream.
Oh shit! I blew my cover. Sorry.
Goddamn vagina power!
It's a woman. What?
No.
Oh my
we're
fucking
supposed to
God.
call it the front hole now. Remember?
Oh God.
Oh, I saw something about that.
Yeah.
Vagina isn't inclusive enough. You have to call it the front hole. Well, I refuse.
Yeah,
Well-
I really thought it was bad when last year they said that the genitalia words should have gender because a woman can have a penis and a man can have a vagina. So we should say female or male vagina or female and male penis. But now they've just gotten rid of that altogether. I didn't think they could get more crazy than that. But now they've just gone to like front hole.
Front hole? Didn't that used to be a joke?
Front butt was.
Oh, okay.
Well, it used to be a joke was like, we're going to have crippled female Nazis on the battlefield. Then they actually did it.
Black, like, lesbian Nazis or something, right?
And then they fucking did it. God damn it. You weren't supposed to do it.
Well, give it to them. If it wasn't for the Nazis, these people need to they need to lighten up a little bit, because if it wasn't for the Nazis, we wouldn't have Nazi fetish porn. like she wolf of the SS.
Oh, God.
So the dank cave of wonders.
There. Is the microphone better now?
Holy shit.
No,
it's terrible.
Worse. It sounds like you're standing in front of a fan.
Wow, you really amped up the volume.
Kind of
on
windy.
That one. Yeah, now it sounds like you're standing on a seaside beach.
Someone said black holes get no respect.
Was that back holes or black hole? Back holes.
Yeah, it's back holes. I read black for some reason.
I did too. Way to go, William.
Yeah, you got the front hole and the back hole. The rear hole.
What about the top hole?
Transgenders, vaginas in disguise.
How's this working?
Better.
Better, much better.
Good.
Yes.
All holes matter. Hashtag all holes.
God damn it!
God damn it, Kadun.
What has this stream become?
Kadun doesn't like taking it in the ass.
How would you know?
He admitted on stream before.
That could have just been a joke. Unless you know from personal experience, I want you to keep your face hole quiet.
That is impossible. I cannot do that.
You keep your assumptions to yourself, young man.
If I want your opinion, I'll give it to you.
Shut your whole mouth.
She said, "Nope, that's my exit hole."
Oh wow.
Yeah, exit only. Come on.
This is good beer.
Yes.
So let's talk about beer. What's everyone's favorite beer?
Yeah, let's talk about beer.
I really
I've
like
tried
Guinness.
all the brand names. I've tried Budweiser.
Don't get
I've tried
Doofy started. The motherfucker used to work for a brewery and all kinds of shit. He literally pisses beer, in my opinion. I think he has no blood in his veins. It's just a nice stout ale.
You want to learn from experience, Magog?
Oh, good. I love stouts.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just applied for a new brewing position in Chattanooga.
Chattanooga.
So now I might be moving to Chattanooga.
Cool. So you giving up on the idea of doing podcasts and all that shit?
Oh, no. I still got all that set up. But I can just move it all.
Oh, nice. Nice. Good stuff, man. I hope you get it, because I know how much you enjoy working at breweries.
Well, I'm kind of tired of working at breweries. But I like having free beer.
Well, yeah.
That is a plus.
Oh, it was nice being 18 and working, making beer.
You should just start a bar then.
Well, I got all the beer for free.
Yeah, I have a I have a plan. I have a whole business plan for I just don't have the money to do anything.
Yeah, that's the hard
Maybe
part.
I need to set up a Patreon and just sit around and live stream. Paid for it.
I think with business plans like that, it takes a little bit more than that. You need investors.
Yeah, man, yep. I need like 200.
Yep, DSA customer service drops a sign in the chat, says Transgenders would be an amazing movie. Ryan Johnson would be the perfect director, and you, along with Comrade Dustin29, would make perfect transgenders. The main villain would, of course, be Drumpf.
Okay.
Okay. Well, unless I see Ryan Johnson, he has not made good movies.
Ryan Roundhead Johnson.
I believe that DSA customer service is the artist formerly known as Antifa Hotline.
That would explain all the shit they were spouting about Nazis and whatnot, and whiteness.
Yes.
The artist formerly known as Antifa Hotline. Like that.
The Poe.
Robots in disguise. Man, I hated it when like that became a thing because of the success of Transformers, Hasbro tried to market other things they had to make movies, and that horrible Battleship movie came out.
Oh God!
Hey, fuck you! I like that movie.
So what was that about? Aliens?
They somehow got,
I don't think I watched it.
You know, the little pings you have like to mark miss and hit. They somehow incorporated those too.
It was funny because the alien ships landed in the ocean, and then a dome went around, and that was like the game area.
Oh my God!
And it was like if they lose, then they'll be invaded. So it was like our American fleet against the aliens. And when the aliens like fired, their fucking missiles looked like the little fucking
little
pieces you use, the little pegs you use in Battleship.
Wow!
Fucking
wow!
Well,
So
I think
the
Aegis system shot down a few of them on one of the destroyers.
Yeah. It's like they all went tink, 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 tink into the deck of the ship and then went boom.
Jesus
like,
Christ.
Really?
So were they on actual battleships, or were they like
That was a battleship.
destroyers?
They use the USS Missouri.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a shit film, but if you can watch it for free, watch it just to see how ridiculous it is. There's only one movie that has been made off of a board game that, in my opinion, was successful, and that was Clue. Clue was hilarious. Tim Curry was the fucking butler. You know, it was a great comedy. It was wonderful.
Okay, that sounds hilarious, but I never heard of that.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Battleship, there was actually a sci-fi movie that came out a little before or after Battleship. It was called American Warship, and they basically put invaders in, but we have a battleship that's going to sink the alien ships.
Okay.
That's funny.
Your face hole. Talking again. saying things that I don't like, Vladimir. That dude's gonna dump his patron.
You and keep insulting your patrons. Jeremy, you're to the kid.
Have you not learned from me what happens when you insult your customers?
No, it depends because some of them are masochists.
What's great about my gimmick is the whole point is to insult my customers.
Yeah.
So it's not like Disney where they made Star Wars a piece of shit, and then when the fans fucking complained, they were like, "You're all misogynists."
You're all
everybody got pissed, right?
Yeah.
For me, my fans expect to be insulted.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to one of those restaurants that does that?
Oh yeah, like where the waiters treat you like an asshole and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to do that. No.
Yeah.
I went to one of those for the first time at Gen Con a few weeks ago. That was a trip.
Yeah, that's their gimmick. So you get to walk in there and the waiters come up and like, yeah, what the fuck you want? It's like a gimmick, so like people expect it. It'd be different if you're at like a restaurant where you're expecting good, service. But if you go to a place like that, expect to be insulted.
Yeah.
Like that's
and like
the whole
watch the person insult you be like watch the person insult you be like the nicest person ever outside of the.
Now there is that chain of restaurants is not the one I went to. I went to a Chinese restaurant in Europe when I was stationed there. That was like
What you want?
That was the gimmick for their restaurant, and they even had something. They had misfortune cookies.
Oh, that's magical.
And you sit there and eat, and they come up and go, "Yeah, what do you want, dirty American?" You're like, these guys are awesome.
This is awesome. You filthy white devil, get out.
You filthy gaijin. You filthy gaijin.
You know? And then like it was so funny because he would take our order and he'd be like, "Yeah, what you want?" And I'd be like, "I want this," and I'd point to it, and he's like, "You can't even say it." And then he'd walk around and go, and he's like yelling in Chinese when he walks away from the table. And all of them were doing that. That was their gimmick, and it was so funny because I opened up and I've cracked this joke before on stream. People thought it was just a joke. This actually happened to me. I opened my misfortune cookie.
Oh God!
I said that wasn't chicken.
Do you ever talk to him after work or something? Or just
and my friend that was with me, he opened his, and it was like, "Can Confucius say you're gonna die?"
Say you're gonna die.
Confucius say you gonna die, white devil.
Confucius say you gonna die.
God.
You die, white devil.
But that was funny. I'd love a Chinese restaurant around here to open up like the angry Chinese man, taking your order and yelling, and you get a misfortune cookie, like that shit's fucking hilarious to me.
Did you ever watch the Fawlty Towers?
I was surprised since you were serving or receiving
Fawlty Towers. I've seen a lot of episodes of that, but when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
So
I just thought the idea of kind of like the inn in Moscow. The ugly mug tavern in Nightshade Village is going to have like an angry guy as a bartender.
You should have like an Asian like guy, like a Chinese guy as the tavern owner or whatever in the ugly mug, and very, of course, very angry. Like, what you want? What you here?
I can just imagine the jokes line up. Now, come, don't get your panties in a twist, Jackie Chan.
You speak to me right now one more time, I throw you out.
That's
you
no
don't pay for Scorpion Bowl.
I know give you fortune cookie.
You're only mad because you entered the dragon.
You promise you say nothing about that.
I'm calling your tab now. Pay up now. Or I call God.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like, I will come. I will come. I have it like a Japanese dude. I will come I will come on the quest for you. It's like, what are you gonna do? Stab him with chopsticks?
This is a great honor. I put a curse on your family. 1,000 years of shame.
I come on the quest for you.
You know what they should say when you're at that restaurant? They said, "You go home, GI. Go home, GI."
Oh yeah, the Vietnamese, those things.
Yep. Good times.
Did you ever insult them back?
Yeah, it was funny. Like, I was driving through England one time, and I was really hungry. We were on our way up to Scotland for a little vacation. I was going up to Edinburgh. And I'm driving, and I got really hungry, so I'm looking around for restaurants. And we're passing a restaurant on the highway that says the Great American Diner.
Oh God.
And I pulled in, and it was shaped like a 1950s diner. It was a themed restaurant. And you walk in, and they're like, I grab the menu, and there's like American cheeseburgers and stuff like that. But then on the other side, there's like English food, like fucking fish and chips, and fucking like American diner, my ass. And I'm sitting there, and the waitress comes up, and she's like, "Oh, then hey, how y'all do? How you doing?" And all this and that, and with the fucking English accent. And she was just like, "Would you like to try our Texas burger? It's made just like in Texas." And I looked at her, and I was like, "I'll be the judge of that." And I played my accent on thick, and she went,
Oh,
fuck!
Oh,
like
God.
the real Americans here.
Well, fuck.
Oh shit!
I scared the
That'd be
shit
like
out of
someone.
her.
That'd be like a
Called you out.
Russian bar, like a themed Russian bar. It's like, you want the whiskey? And like, it's like, we got authentic Russian vodka. Like, I'll be the judge of that. Like, oh,
I fucking ordered like their fucking like Texas big beef burger or whatever, and it was like this big.
They were sweating bullets.
And it was all
in the
burnt
kitchen,
to a crisp because they had mad cow in that country, so they're not allowed to cook anything like medium well or medium raw or anything. Like, it has to be completely well done, burnt to a fucking crisp. So I'm sitting there, I'm eating the burger, and she's like, "Is it good?" And I'm like, "For jerky."
Fun fact: mad cow disease is not killed by heat. Like high heat. The protein. It's a protein or a prion, so it basically there's nothing you can do to get rid of it.
Well, I don't care about that. All I care about is they can't cook anything how I wanted it.
Yeah,
it was a burnt piece of shit that they put an onion ring on and called it a Texas burger. You know?
Oh God,
that's racist.
So I was like paying, you know, and she was just like, "Did you enjoy your time here?" And I was like, "This is some bullshit." I saw Great American Diner and I pulled over. And what I found was Great American rip-off piece of shit.
If I go to Scotland, I want to eat Scottish food, not American food. Get some haggis.
Yeah, I had all that. I went to Inverness too, because that's where Loch Ness is.
Oh, Loch Ness.
And I actually got a picture of Nessie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they built a statue of her sticking out of the water.
Yeah.
And then once you took the picture, the real Nessie happened to come up, and you're like, "Oh shit, my phone died."
It's like the deepest lake in the world too.
No, Lake Baikal is the deepest lake in the world.
Well, second biggest then. I don't fucking know. All I know is it's like 800 meters fucking deep. That's pretty deep for fucking lake.
I'm pretty sure Lake Tahoe here in California is deeper than Loch Ness.
I probably didn't mean the world. I probably meant just England. But
okay.
Who knows, right? Like, but either way, that's a deep, cold fucking lake. So I understand why people think there's something living down there.
There's a lot of eels in there.
Because that kind of shit breeds all kinds of urban legends and stuff like that. You know, we have them here in Arkansas. We got the legend of the Gator Man down in Arkansas. Southern Arkansas and the bayous, you know, the Gator Man.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
In Indiana, we have a giant snapping turtle.
Yeah, those actually exist.
No, like we have like our one is like about the size. It's supposed to be supposedly the size of a small car or something.
Really?
Oh, that giant. Okay, no, but giant snapping turtles actually exist. They're like this fucking big.
It's like the beast of something. I don't know, but like really, that's all we have is a giant snapping turtle.
In California, we have Bigfoot, and I'm his son.
You have like the Thunderbirds.
I love that. I love that.
Arkansas or something.
I love it when you like start an urban legend.
Like what is it?
I actually started an urban legend in high school. It was complete bullshit.
I think it's either Tennessee, Georgia, or Kentucky. They have velociraptors.
Oh shit!
It's not an urban legend. That's just bullshit. I'm talking about some shit that people like might actually believe. You know, like
Barwin Rufus.
Like nobody's gonna be like, yeah, I want to go find them giant raptors. Like that ain't no. Like maybe some crazy fuckers might believe that because there's people believing Bigfoot and shit. But I literally started an urban legend in my hometown. Like I started telling ghost stories on the school bus, and I would base them on stuff I'd seen around town, driving around with my parents and shit. You know, and I was like in elementary school, and we passed by this creepy old house in the fucking woods on the way out to the lake, and it was this creepy old house that was just abandoned. So I started telling a ghost story about the house out there on that road, and it was haunted. And the reason the people that it's not even for sale is because the people were all murdered there and all this and that. And by high school, people were talking about that fucking house.
Did you ever tell I made that all? That's all bullshit.
And there were people who were just like, "Oh yeah, man, I went to that place and I saw fucking ghosts." And I'm sitting there going, "Ain't that some shit I made up in elementary school?" Like,
their face like, "Wait, you only made it up?" Yeah, you guys actually bought. Yeah, you guys actually bought that.
I love that shit. I love it when you accidentally start an urban legend. I had this whole story too, where it was like there used to be a house where a girl lived, and she was like a deaf mute, and she was murdered, and she couldn't cry out for help. So if you see her, she screams really loud, and like if you see her, then she sees you, and then she'll follow you around and scream until you die.
Oh, that's a great urban legend.
And so there was like this legend of the screeching ghost out on Maddox Road in Jacksonville. Wow. And it was totally me making it up in elementary school. And by high school, there were people who were like, "I heard the screeching ghost." And I'm like,
"Wait, I made it up." Did you ever tell me?
Made up years ago?
And they're like, and then people started like compiling onto it. So there's this one kid in high school that was talking about the screeching ghost and how his like great grandfather like knew the girl before she was murdered back in like the 1950s and stuff. And I was like, "Wait, I made that shit up in the 90s, bro." What? That shit was funny. But I think that's hilarious. Like, I think people should play that little social experiment in your hometown, especially if you don't live in a small town. It works really well in a small town.
So apparently Oklahoma has an octopus.
Oh, I've heard about that.
We do. Yeah, we have there's a giant octopus.
There was a legend of here in Arkansas. There was a legend of the beast of the White River. And the White River up in North Arkansas, and it's connected to the Red River, which goes into the Mississippi, right? And apparently there's a beast living in it, and nobody knows what it is. It could be a prehistoric dinosaur, it could be a monster, it could be a giant alligator. People didn't know what it was, but they were like, they've seen strange things. Well, it was funny because that legend's actually been around a long time, but about a few months after Katrina hit in Louisiana, somebody caught the monster, and they literally thought that was the monster until it was proven by science that it wasn't. These guys went out there, and you can look this up. These guys went out to the White River, and they put a trout line in the water. And they come out the next day, and the trout line was pulled tight.
Big fish.
And they tried to yank on it, and it wouldn't move, so they hooked it up to like the winch of their truck, and they winched this fucking fish in. And it was a 400-pound tuna.
Jesus
Christ.
Tuna? Because of Katrina, the tuna blew up the fucking hurricane scared the tuna up the Mississippi River, and then it got caught in the Red River and ended up in the White River. And so these guys pulled a tuna out of the White River in Arkansas.
Yum.
And everybody thought it was the beast of the White River until scientists came around and was like, "That's just a fucking tuna."
Okay, so I was talking about it was called the Beast of Busco. It was in Green Springs, Indiana. And it's really just like a really big ass giant snapping turtle.
Yep.
So
oh my god. They call the White River Whitey.
White.
Yep, Whitey. But you can look that story up. It was a big ass fucking tuna they pulled out of the river, and obviously it was dying. It was dying because it was in fresh water. You know?
But white people.
But yeah, the Katrina was such a bad storm, it scared a tuna up the Mississippi. And it ended up in the White River.
Yeah. Hey, Jeremy, you're all far stuffs. The Ugly Mug should have a Chinese buffet.
I don't know if I'm going to do all that.
That'd be hilarious.
It's not regular chicken, it's chicken on stick. It makes it Chinese.
You guess what white meat this is? I give you a prize.
Speaking of like urban legends and fairy tales and stuff, I watched the movie Tale of Tales. Have you guys ever seen that? It's on Netflix. Yeah. It's a really good story. It's based on the Italian, the Italian fairy tales where like Rapunzel and stuff came from.
Oh shit!
And it's dark, man. It has Salma Hayek in it and John C. Reilly and a couple other people, but it's like a proper like gruesome fairy tale stories. You know, it's like 3 stories in one. all told as kind of an anthology of about 3 neighboring kingdoms. And all the stories are about obsession. Like what happens if you become so super obsessed with something, you know?
Well, at least we know Magog is now obsessed with Netflix movies.
Yeah, I have Netflix and I have Amazon, and nothing wrong with that.
I gave up Netflix. I couldn't bring myself to go back to it.
I keep it around because I don't watch as many movies on it as I used to. Back when Netflix was like awesome and had shit tons of movies.
Yeah.
Now they like cycle through movies, and it's really weird.
But
I keep it around for the Marvel. Like I love Punisher, I love Daredevil.
Fair.
You know,
it's better than the Danish Netflix. We have about a 10th.
Right?
Yeah.
Danish Netflix.
And Altered Carbon is a really good original series too. Like it's one of the best I've seen in a long time.
To see it.
Yeah, it's like some cyberpunk shit. It's like a cyberpunk film noir detective story. It's really good.
There's a couple of original series on Netflix that I used to watch all the time, but once I finished them, I couldn't really find anything else. So I was just like, well.
Yeah, like I said, I keep it around to wait for the new ones. You know, Castlevania was really good, so I want to see. I want to see season 2. Season 2 of Iron Fist comes out on the 7th of September, and then after that, Daredevil season 3 is coming out this winter before the end of the year, and then next year we should get the next Punisher. So I just keep paying for it. And I wait around, and every now and again they'll get a movie that I want to see.
Yeah.
You watched that series, Adventures of Monkey King?
No, I saw it, but I haven't clicked on it.
If you like the old Hercules and Xenas from the 90s, it's filmed in Australia. It's just the same type of atmosphere, the same type of storytelling. It's crazy.
Right? Yeah, it's good stuff, man. I like watching a lot of things because it also inspires me for when I'm doing my show. Like I'm writing a lot of scripts right now for potential ideas for episodes of the big sitcom, you know? And so I've been watching a lot of these shows that I've seen before, but I'm rewatching them from a different point of view. So instead of watching them to see the story and everything, I'm actually watching them from like a creator standpoint. So like I'm watching camera angles and lighting and like how they're doing like prop placement in the scene, and I'm like paying attention to what people are doing in the background, you know. So I literally just rewatched all of Game of Thrones over the past month. Nice. But I've been watching them from the point of view like what's going on in the background and and stuff like that. So it's a real interesting way to watch a show by not paying attention to the people right in front of you talking, Like I'm sitting there, I'm watching like the fucking Red Wedding, And that's like a really big scene in Game of Thrones, right? Where they all get slaughtered. And I'm fucking watching it, but I'm like watching it in a way where like they're all talking and the music is playing, but I'm sitting there going, "Oh, look at the fucking stone work on that wall, man. That wall looks like real stone." Like, like I'm watching what the people are doing in the background and the servants walking around pouring all the drinks and stuff. I'm watching all of that. It's a really unique way to watch a show from like a production standpoint,
Interesting.
Yeah.
The attention to detail.
Yeah, you start to catch a lot of mistakes too because of that.
Oh.
See if you can see like an extra walk across the camera.
No, nothing that bad. Game of Thrones is pretty solid with not having crew and production, production equipment in the background. You never see like a boom mic come into frame and shit, but it's little things, like you'd be looking in the background and be like, those books on the shelf back there are totally plastic.
If you like said,
like you can just tell, like they're all glued together, like.
I mean, if you like those types of films, did you see Britannia on Amazon Prime yet?
We're talking about. I had to go somewhere.
Britannia.
Oh, Britannia.
It's a series on Amazon Prime.
No.
It's like the Romans are going into Great Britain and. Yeah, it's like druids. They're scared of them and blah blah. But they got David Morrissey as the main villain in it.
Do these druids?
Yeah, the guy that played the governor on Walking Dead.
Yeah,
4 stars.
I know what the show is. I've just never seen it.
What's going on?
Who's singing?
Sassu's wife singing.
Nice.
He's looking at her like, what the hell?
What would you say was the most obvious mistake you saw in Game of Thrones?
There wasn't any real obvious ones. It was all like stuff, like I said, like
you can see
like when you really pay attention, like when they're coming into the castle, like when Joffrey is king, there's like heads up on pikes.
Yeah,
you can clearly tell that they didn't spend a lot of work to make them look like real heads.
And not enough sex scenes.
Yeah, they're very rubber looking with just some blood because they're just supposed to be like there.
Yeah,
they never focused on them. So when you're watching the show and paying attention to that stuff instead of what's being focused on by the camera, you start to tell that they were just like, take this rubber mask and put it up on a pike and cover it in blood. Yeah. And you can clearly tell it's just kind of flopping in the wind. You know, there's like the Battle of the Bastards.
Yeah.
Like when you're really paying attention, like when Jon Snow jumps up on his horse, his fucking sword is like flopping like rubber because it's made of rubber. They wouldn't let him get up on a horse with a real sword because you accidentally stabbed the horse or something, you know? Like so he's hopping up on the horse and his fucking sheath is going
floppy, floppy, floppy.
That's not the only thing that's flopping either.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, if you pay attention to stuff like that, like a lot of the helmets and stuff they wear in that battle have like spikes on them, on the top of them, and the spike is fucking flapping because it's rubber.
Oh,
you know?
God.
Like, a real sword will bend, but I'm pretty sure not to that much.
No, you'd kill somebody. Yeah, no, even if it's not sharp, you could accidentally literally impale somebody with a real sword. So you can tell a lot, like I did the same thing with the original Lord of the Rings movies and the Hobbit movies too. I watched them from the point of view of production. Mm-hmm. And there's a scene in the Two Towers, the second Game of Thrones, where like they're fighting the wargs because everybody's traveling to Helm's Deep, right? And the warg riders come and they all get in a fight. And it's that scene where Aragorn gets caught in the saddle of the warg and goes off the cliff.
Wait, I don't remember that in Game of Thrones. That must have been in like season 5 or something.
We're talking about Lord of the Rings.
He said Game of Thrones. He said the Two Towers.
Whatever. The Two Towers.
Freudian slip.
So
yeah, I remember.
He goes off the cliff, and then the battle's over, right? And so like Legolas and the king are coming up over the hill after the battle and they're all breathing heavy. Well, if you're watching from a production standpoint, in the background, there's still guys fighting nothing.
Oh, what?
And they didn't add the orcs in CG. So
really?
There's still guys in the background doing this.
Have you seen some of the stuff?
They're just swinging their swords at nothing.
Oh, wow.
In Jurassic Park, in the first part, when the raptor knocks the guy off the cage, you can actually see a hand going up from the camera and pretend the camera's like, oh no, not the camera. And they kept it in the movie.
What?
Yeah, little mistakes like that. Look at Gladiator. Has a lot of mistakes.
And,
yeah, there's a scene in Gladiator where the carriage gets knocked on its side and goes flying into the wall of the Colosseum. And when it flips over, the blanket hiding the CO2 cartridges comes undone, and you could clearly see the CO2 launchers. The big tanks of CO2 that launched the the carriage on its side. We're fucking in the background,
wow.
we're inside the carriage and you can see them, you know?
Oh man.
Yeah.
When the cars in Jurassic Park was flipped over by a T-Rex, you can actually see the wires. They pulled.
Yeah, there's little things like that in a lot of the older movies. They're getting better at covering that up in newer movies because CGI can fix a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like they can go in with a computer and erase wires and things, pretty quickly with CGI. So there's not as much in newer movies as there are in older movies. But go back and look at older movies with traditional effects. You'll see all kinds of mistakes.
Oh, yeah, the wires.
One scene where the raptor in the kitchen was about to fall, but you see a guy coming up from behind the door, a hand, just trying to hold the raptor steady. The tail stay from falling over.
Yeah, I love you remember the movie Anaconda with Jennifer Lopez?
Oh, yeah.
There was a scene where the anaconda comes through the window while she's inside the boat, like the bathroom of the boat.
Of course.
And it comes in and its mouth opens and you can see the fish line that opens its mouth. You can see the wire.
Oh, and the Ninja Turtles movies. The Ninja Turtle movies, we can actually see the faces of the actors and the wires inside the turtles and the puppets.
Oh, yeah.
Train.
Oh no, you want to see something? Watch Army of Darkness with Bruce Campbell on a 4K TV.
Motherfucking Bruce Campbell.
That scene where he's like split into those little mini Bruce Campbells, those mini matches.
Jesus Christ!
You can see like the projector screen in the middle cell.
What is the
Hold
title
on.
of this?
There are no mistakes in the Bruce Campbell movie.
Army of Darkness.
It was. You could see it on a 4K TV. It was great. It was a projector.
Look this up.
It was like a projector scene in the middle of a live set.
Yeah, because they had to expand the film to fit a 4K box. You got to think when those older movies came out, they came out on standard, and that was the thing with Anaconda. I have no doubt that people didn't see the wire that opened the mouth of the anaconda in that movie when it came out, because old televisions were pretty low quality. Yeah. But you watch it on a modern, fucking flat screen, you're going to see all those little things because they've enhanced the picture,
I think it was Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom was one of the first movies I turned on with my 4K. I'm like, oh my God, those are sets.
Yep.
I mean, it was just like, you could just tell it was artificial in the background.
Yeah. The old Star Trek Next Generation on my flat screen. It's pretty good.
Soap opera effect.
But the whole reason I'm doing that is to kind of look at a production point of view, because I've noticed like Game of Thrones is so story driven with all the characters and stuff that outside the later seasons when they have the big battle scenes and stuff and the dragons flying over, outside of that, 90% of the camera angles are just dead on. Straight on daytime soap opera camera angles,
Kind of like a Beard Barian video.
Yeah, because he shoots primarily with one camera on a tripod. There's nothing wrong with that.
How dare you insult Beardy?
Well, there's Beardy frolicking in the woods. Cool.
But the camera I plan on getting is going to have a rig, so I'm hoping to get a good cameraman that can do some interesting action shots as well. But I am going to have gimbals and stuff for the camera to just set on. Because it's going to be a pretty heavy fucking little rig. It's probably going to weigh about 8 to 10 pounds. So because I'm going to get the Canon C100. So depending on what lenses I use will depend on the bokeh effects and stuff like that. So it's going to be an interesting experiment while the village is being built. I'm going to be experimenting with the camera a lot. So it is nice to sit down and watch some of these movies and TV shows and watch them from more of a production point of view. And it's a lot easier with stuff you've seen already. Like Game of Thrones, I've seen every episode. I watch them as they come out, But going back and watching them, because I know what the story is already, I don't have to pay attention to the dialogue and stuff like that. I can pay attention to all the little production things. And I noticed too in Game of Thrones, they use a lot of natural lighting. So their candles look great on camera because they actually use real candles and just lit the whole scene kind of dimly. And they used a kind of a focused light just for the actors' faces and stuff. Like it's really well done. They don't overlight the dark, gritty parts of the show,
Have you considered ever getting like a C200 or instead of a C100?
Yeah.
Okay.
But somebody's banging around in the kitchen.
Oh, sorry.
But the C200 is $8,000.
Whoa.
And the C100 the whole point of getting the C200 was to get the autofocus.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's like a proprietary thing for Canon. No other camera has it. It's a very sophisticated autofocus. It literally will track the pixels of an actor so they can move towards the camera and it'll autofocus on them.
Oh.
Manually.
Wow.
And it's really fast too, especially if you get a servo lens. So I want that. Well, it turns out you can get the C100, which is the 2015 model, with the autofocus upgrade for like $2,500.
Oh, nailed it.
So the C200 is like $8,000 compared to $2,500, And the only real difference is the C200 can film on raw light, and I don't think I'll be using raw because this is going to be an internet-based show. It's going to be on the internet.
Yeah.
I don't need to edit raw footage.
It's 4K as well, if I'm not mistaken.
So is the C100.
Is it?
Yeah. The difference is the speeds. C200 will do 4K up to 120, where the C100 only do 4K up to 60. But if I remember right, but the C100 has a few things too where just have to deal with, like they have knobs instead of buttons on certain things. I'd love to get a C200. They're just too expensive right now. You know, like if I can get the C100 and just deal with some of the little things, not a big deal. You know, even if it doesn't do 4K, I'm pretty sure it does with the upgrade. But I don't really plan on filming in 4K either. There's no point. Like I said, it's all going to get compressed to 1080p anyway for the internet.
I asked yourself, what am I filming? Flipping John Wick?
Well,
you just put like one of those
Blu-rays, later in a higher quality, make some money off that. So it would be prudent to film in 4K.
Not on its outset, because I have to do this project on a budget.
Oh yeah.
You know, I'm sorry, you're just not going to get a 4K Blu-ray copy of my show.
Damn it, Magog!
Unless I make way more money. Now,
what are we paying you for?
If the first season comes out and it's really popular and I end up getting lots of money, then yeah, I'll switch to a 4K camera. But until that happens, it's not going to happen. Not when I have to spend thousands of dollars on building the set and props and costumes and hiring actors. Like, it's not just camera equipment, like I've got to do this on a budget. That's the whole point, is to do it on a budget.
Overhead.
But to do the show, I don't want to sit here and wait 2 years before I can do the show. I'll lose all my patrons in the meantime anyway. So what's the point? All of this is fan funded, and I haven't even reached my 4K goal a month. Now, if I reach 4K a month, then maybe I'll go ahead and save up the money and buy that camera and shoot in 4K. But 4K a month would be like the end all be all for me, because I would definitely 100% be able to put $2,000 a month into the production.
Are you shaming us?
No, I'm just telling you the truth. I make great money now, and I appreciate all the fans rallying behind me and want to see this done, and you're going to see it done. But the problem is, you're not going to get HBO Game of Thrones quality. I need millions of dollars for that. I'm sorry.
I don't want to hear your excuses. I demand satisfaction, damn it.
And you'll get it eventually, but we got to make money on it eventually, first.
I understand. Yeah.
If you want the 4K, you could always just replace Beardy by another woman and have Magog really get tormented.
Oh.
No, there's already going to be plenty of other characters. So.
Oh my God! Leave the giants. Oh my God!
Are you gonna have modern Medusa as a tavern wench or something?
Yeah. No, I don't think Medusa's gonna fly down to Arkansas.
Were you able to find a female Magog yet?
No. That's gonna be the hardest part, is finding the right actors to do the right things.
I used to work as a chef.
William in a hand asks, what codecs does Canon use? The camera I'm buying uses the traditional codecs, the H.264 1080. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it can film in 4K. Let me look it up. I might be wrong, but if I can, I'll use it. The problem is 4K takes up a lot of space.
Yeah, don't you need like 100 gigs just to record an hour or something?
Yeah. Like raw footage too is raw footage, like their raw light format for the C200 is like, you could get one of those high-speed internet or those high-speed like CS cards.
Yeah.
And with raw 4K, you'd only get about 15 minutes of footage on 128 gigs. And them things are like $800 for 128 gig. So you do have to switch that thing out every 15 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, do they use compact flash or do they use call it?
SD.
SDs.
They use What are they called? They use both.
Flash?
But you can't record raw to SDs. You have to use those like high speed CS cards or whatever they're called.
Yeah, because compact flash is still faster than SD, right?
Pretty sure.
Yeah, I think it might be the MMC.
MMC, that hasn't been around in a while, or I haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
Wasn't that Sony's like proprietary thing?
What I'm getting at is the C100. Yeah, it doesn't do 4K. The C100 is just the good starting camera. It's within the right price range for me. $8,000 for a camera is a lot of money. I'd love to just go ahead and get the C200, but that's just, it's so much.
I've seen the C100 being able to do 4K.
Yeah, like I said, not natively. You have to get the AF upgrade, which I will.
Okay.
But you can't do 4K on the mini SDs. You have to get the high speed cards. So
I think you can do it on SDs. You just need to get the right SD card. Let me look one up for you.
Yeah, they have to be high speed.
Yeah.
So either way, it doesn't really matter. It's just one of those things that has to be done.
Well, I can't wait. Well, I can wait, but...
Well, you're going to have to, because it's still going to be a while. People need to understand that, like the money I have coming in right now from Patreon is going to go into production, what I don't use to live. But I still have to build the studio and move up there. And then once I move up there, I got to actually like plan out the planning of the village and buy all the stuff. And then even when the village is built, I've got to get props and armor and clothing, and it's going to be crazy. And then I got to get people on board, actors and film people.
Someone's wondering why they don't have a wrench.
Huh?
Someone's wondering why they don't have a wrench.
Because they didn't ask me.
Yeah, long live the wrench state.
Right.
So this time next year, we're gonna get like a teaser or something.
If everything goes all right, and I continue to grow in Patreon donations and stuff, this time next year we'll start the filming. So yeah, you'll get a lot of behind the scenes and interviews with the actors and stuff while you're waiting for the big show.
Sweet.
So,
okay.
Yeah, exactly, Monkey Lint. The Rome was not built in a day, and neither will be Morscar. But it will have a lot of potential once it's all built. See, that's the good part, is I plan on building this village. Once it's built, it's permanent. I don't have to do it every year. So I'll get to just start filming every year, and that'll save on a lot. So the initial budget is bigger than it will be in the years after. In the years after, I can pour the money that I get into just making a higher production, more actors, more outfits, more sets. Maybe I can continue to add to the village or build a whole new thing or, whatever. So I'd love to get to a point to where I could buy about 400 acres and move everything to that 400 acres.
Hey, so what was that you were telling us earlier about how you started an urban legend and you got out of high school talking about it? Maybe you could scare your neighbors off of their property and convince them it's haunted. Get that extra, that extra 12 acres there or something?
Yeah, if I could buy the front and back plots, that'd be 37.5 acres altogether right there. But I have to find out if they're willing to sell, and I don't know if they are. So maybe if I build up there and I start hanging out up there, and the guy who likes to hunt, that owns it and likes to hunt on that back end property, if I start fucking up his hunting, he's not going to be happy with me.
He's probably going to shoot you. This is our
from what I read, it's kind of illegal to interrupt a legal hunt.
I'm not saying interrupt. I'm just saying if I start building up there and doing a bunch of stuff and running machinery and living up there and mowing and cutting grass and fucking shoot and target shooting like I'm going to put in a gun range. I start doing all that, the wildlife is going to get scared off anyway.
Yeah.
Scaring away all the animals. Name it, neighbors.
Right now, because we started clearing, we started noticing some shit, and I don't go up there now without my 45.
Oh,
because we the guy I hired, Paul, to start taking down trees up there. I was up there and he started clearing out trees, and these fucking boar just started running.
Whoa.
We got some big ass pigs up there, and they've been tearing up trees and rooting and all kinds of shit. And I'm like, oh fuck! We saw their little piglets go running off into the bushes when he started tearing down trees. And I was like, oh, mama's around somewhere. Like, oh shit, we got some fucking wild boar up on my land right now. They done made themselves at home, and I ain't having that shit. So now I don't go up there without my 45.
Is that going to be sufficient to put down a boar?
No.
It's a 45. Yeah.
Well, how long is the barrel?
It's a 45.
I know, but
it's a 454.
A 45 what? Revolver? Pistol?
Yeah, it's a 45 revolver. Full length. It's not a snub nose.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
Okay, that should do.
Yeah, I don't want any bigger gun than that. I don't want to miss. Blow my shoulder out. Everybody always go overkill. They're like, oh, to kill a boar, you need a 50 cal. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
A 45 will blow a head off of a fucking pig. It will straight up blow a fucking hole in that fucking pig the size of a grapefruit. I don't give a shit what anybody says. A 45 will put down a pig.
One good shot is all you need.
Well,
one shot.
Hanging for pigs, you shoot just to hit them. Because generally they're usually charging at you.
Yeah, I ain't worried about the piglets. It's Mama I'm worried about. She comes charging at me. I ain't got to hit her in the head.
Shoot to hit.
And she's probably big as a house. I can't miss.
You take out the shoulder, she'll probably go in circles.
What I heard, hogs have been developed a reputation of being bulletproof because people made the mistake of hunting them like they would hunt deer, which would shoot behind the shoulder. But there's actually a really big, really thick bone piece there that makes it pretty hard to do.
Yeah, no, boar you shoot for the head or the heart, the neck. Yeah, you bleed them out quick. You ain't got to worry about their adrenaline rushing into the meat like a deer.
Okay.
It doesn't spoil the meat for them.
They don't taste good either. Doesn't matter.
It's just bacon.
Bacon.
Well, why here in Texas says fuck the boars.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat a boar anyway. Wild boar have that. What is it? Trichinosis. Yeah, there's a guy in Texas died from not cooking it right, and he fucking died.
I hear in Texas they get people on helicopters and they just go hunt down boars.
Yeah, because they're overpopulated. You don't even have to have a license to kill a boar.
No.
Not in Arkansas either. Not in Arkansas either. You see one on the side of the road, you can stop and blow the fucking head off.
Sweet.
Like you go on a road trip. Oh wait, boar.
Texas.
But yeah, I got a few wild boar up on my property, and we learned that.
That's kind of interesting, police stuff. Like, why'd you shoot your gun out of the road? Oh, there was a wild boar on the road, on the side of the road. Like, oh, okay, never mind, you're free to go.
Yeah,
boar.
That's a regular thing.
Welcome to the South.
They're coming in Indiana too. Southern Indiana, that's why I hear.
You don't even have to say it was a wild boar. You can get out of your car, start firing a gun into the woods, and the cops are like, "What are you doing?" I saw a thing. Oh, a thing?
I saw a thing.
Where?
Oh shit!
No, this I saw a feral hog the size of our house. Oh shit! Get called the army.
Sounds great.
Reminds me of a thing called Hogzilla.
Oh, Hogzilla.
Oh yeah.
You remember?
Big man.
Yeah.
My friend killed one was about 450 pounds. Killed one down in Texas. My buddy that was stationed down in Abilene, he went boar hunting, and he killed one about 450 pounds. Couldn't even get in the back of his truck. It was so heavy.
Fuck, dude. Shit.
Even after he field dressed it,
Yeah.
and it still didn't cut down on the weight.
Oh no.
He cut all its guts out and everything, and he still couldn't get it in the back of his truck.
Jesus
Took
Christ.
off like 50 pounds, and that was it.
He had to call his friend who had a fucking a sled winch.
Oh wow!
You fucking
Nice.
push the carcass onto the sled, hook it to the winch in the back of the bed, and then you put these ramps down, and the sled goes up onto the back of the bed.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So Vladimir, how about that 545? Will that put down a boar?
555, 554 Kasul, yeah.
No, 545.
not 454 Kasul. I'm talking about 545 on an AK-74.
Oh, probably.
You guys can take this to another stream.
Take your gun porn somewhere else.
I love guns, but don't get into gun nerd talk, okay? Bore the fuck out of my chat.
I just said it because he's got the AK there, and I'm thinking,
That's not my AK. You think that's actually me? No.
Oh, well, okay. The profile picture is the guy with an AK. I don't know. Oh, darn. I thought that's not you?
No, of course
You're a
not.
liar. You goddamn liar.
I highly doubt Justin is actually a hand holding
Well,
money.
you heard it here, folks. Vladimir is fake news.
Yeah, Magog's definitely a wizard.
Fake news.
He
Necromancer.
fucking is. Get your blasphemous mouth out of here.
Yeah, it's not so definitely an anime girl holding some cake.
The cake is
a lie.
Confirmed. Sassy's an anime girl.
Oh my god. It's a
The cake is
weed.
a lie. The cake is a
Kill
lie.
it with a fire.
Sassy's a weeb.
I mean, I just showed my face earlier on stream. Did you guys really forget that?
Yes.
I mean,
what?
Oh yeah, because he was showing the sword.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we can barely
Goddamn
see the
Mandela
faces.
effect.
It was super dark in there, to be fair.
I swear to God, if you guys didn't give me money.
All right, that's it. I'm up in my Patreon pledge.
If you guys didn't give me money, I would just change the name of this stream to Cult of Retards.
Listen, bitch, I just upped my monthly patron. To fucking I'm a general now.
That's it.
Oh, we got a general in the chat. Uh-oh.
Oh no, a female general.
Hey,
Female general studies.
Incandescent's gonna have some
General gender studies.
Oh.
I now want you to do a video with you in front of a giant American flag, like General Patron.
Who?
You know, and she's just sitting there going, "We are going to bake the enemy a cake."
We will kill them with kindness.
And have a sword. Have a sword.
Name written across a fucking nuke.
Yeah, what was that famous movie? The fuck where the whole it was what's the actor's name? Jesus Christ.
George C. Scott?
Yeah, George C. Scott, Patton.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. I said Patris because that's the guy's
Patrick,
the new guy, right?
Fucking
what's his name?
Mattis.
Yeah,
Mattis.
Mattis. Yeah. But man, that'd be funny to do a parody of that, the giant American flag. She's got a bullwhip, a helmet on.
Dressed. Oh yeah, like Patton. You put your hand to a pile of goo that a moment before was your best friend's face.
Yeah.
You know what to do.
We're gonna
scream my guts out. What the?
She's a general because it sounds more intimidating.
Then commander, yeah.
Yep. And
Commander.
it's more likely that she will now find a man with a kind face. You know, the kind she wants to sit on.
Oh, wow.
I am single.
Oh, whoa. That's not this kind of stream.
Yep. General Patton. Yeah, George C. Scott. That was it. That's a famous movie scene.
I know. I loved that movie until I got more into like historical stuff and tanks, and then I realized that instead of M4 like M4s, they were M48. Yeah,
but
the wrong
that's
tank.
Hollywood. They can't get a hold of certain things.
Yeah, back then.
I just watched the movie last night, Predators.
Oh boy,
you know, the one where they're like with Adrian Brody.
Yeah,
produced and written by Robert Rodriguez, and they all get sent to the actual like Predator planet to be hunted. Well, the Russian soldier has a fucking minigun, and they couldn't get the actual Russian version of the minigun, so they used the American version. So obviously he wouldn't be carrying that if he was Russian, but they couldn't get it. So sometimes Hollywood has to do that. So, you know,
the electrical power to fire a minigun.
The minigun weighs a ton. There's no way.
Yeah, that's why there's a giant backpack that comes with it.
Yeah.
No, the gun itself weighs like 80 pounds.
Well, yeah.
And then like the 3,000 round per minute rate of fire, you could never control it. You fire
a quick burst, and the gun's just going to go right in the air.
You're not supposed to control it. You're supposed to scare the piss out of the enemy.
Of course. Well,
we call this bad boy the fecalator. Because when you point it at the enemy, they shit themselves.
It's just supposed to saturate an area with fire. You'll hit something that way.
Isn't that called
You might saturate something.
The enemy saturates their pants and excrement after we fire that.
Adrian Blum is right. The Yakuza guy in Predators that was the best scene. When he takes his fucking shirt off, got all the Yakuza tattoos, and he gets a fucking sword in the middle of the field with all the tall grass. It was like an anime samurai fight between a Predator and a Yakuza.
They cock tease there's 2 scenes where they think, oh, we're going to see a guy fight the Predator with a sword, and they'll cut him already being dead.
What?
Like in Predator 1, they hinted the Indian guy was going to fight the Predator, but he dies off screen.
Yeah.
Oh, with his massive machete.
Yeah, and then in Predator 2, the Jamaican guy pulls out the cane sword. He's going to fight the Predator, and then it cuts to him when his head's already been decapitated.
Yep.
But now, Predators, we actually get to see the guy with the sword fight the Predator.
It was a good movie. You know?
I never saw the whole thing. I saw bits and pieces.
Robert Rodriguez only pulled inspiration from the first Predator movie. He didn't want it to take place in the Predator versus Alien franchise. He didn't want it to take place in Predator 2. He was only focusing on inspiration from the first Predator film. And that, to me, was good idea, because he didn't want to put all the Predator versus Alien shit in it and have it take place in the same universe. So in and of itself, it's kind of a standalone film. It's not part of the grander universe, because it's also produced by Roadhouse Studios, which is Robert Rodriguez's studio. They gave it to him so that he could have full creative control. So technically, or Troublemaker. Yeah, Troublemaker Studios it's kind of a standalone just for them. You know? So I don't know if the new Predator movie coming out is actually going to even attempt to attach it to what happened in that one. Because what happened in that one, they also, he didn't even draw from the comic books. So he created this blood feud against the different Predators.
I think that's also in the comics too.
I think something like that existed in canon before as well.
Apparently,
Predator
is an entirely different canon from the actual Predator.
Yeah, they look similar but different. Like when the one Predator takes off his mask, he's got longer mandibles. He's kind of scary.
The Super Predator or the Bad Bloods.
I just watched a video. A guy, Film Comics Explained, did a video on that, and there's the two different predators. One's a subspecies or something.
Bad Bloods apparently have done something dishonorable, or basically.
Yeah. Let's face it, it's black predators.
I don't do that shit.
It's racism.
That's racist.
Like, Bad Bloods don't have a code of honor like a normal predator would have.
Yeah, they have. So there's nothing holding them back.
Yeah, they'll kill children. They'll kill pregnant people. They'll kill people who are defenseless.
Yeah. Are we talking about the female predators?
Oh, no. The female predators are bigger than the males. They're also stronger.
What?
Yeah, they're bigger.
I think they're going to put them in the new movie too.
Take that.
The new Predator movie's actually going to have.
Apparently, what happens when mating, the females are known to knock the males against the walls by accident.
Oh,
why would anybody care about that?
They can't. Apparently, someone made a video about it.
Nerd.
That's you.
Jesus Christ! Some people really get into it.
Wait, how do you know this
people because someone did a video about female predators. Apparently, someone also made this canon. So that's the guy who originally made it canon.
Okay, so how do you know so much about this one specific mating detail of
because
the predators?
I watched someone make a video about it. It's like, something about female predators. That's interesting.
Was this on Pornhub or YouTube?
YouTube.
It's probably in the books because there are predator books.
Yeah.
So,
it's probably mentioned somewhere in the lore.
I don't give a shit about all that.
Yeah.
I just care about the movies, and if this new one's good, I'll watch it. I'll judge for myself.
All right. Well, wait a month. Wait for a month after it comes out, and then go on Rotten Tomatoes, see what they say.
Yeah, I don't believe them.
Just the same Rotten Tomatoes that said the new Ghostbusters was good.
Because let's face it, too. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. Some people like stuff that's bad, that I consider bad, and then some people hate stuff that I consider good. It's a personal choice thing. So I always judge the movie based on its own merits.
Example, I liked Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
It was okay.
All right, get the fuck off my screen.
3, 2, 1.
I'm prepared for the
banned.
You're done. You're done.
Banned for bullshit.
I'm putting you in timeout. No talking for 5 minutes.
But some things are so bad they're good.
The Room.
Okay.
No, The Room's never been good.
Like the rest of the Transformers movies after the first one,
like cult classics, like Buckaroo Banzai or Big Trouble in Little China. I love those movies, even though they're cheesy. I love those movies. You know,
Buckaroo Banzai. What is that?
It's a movie from the 80s.
Okay, because if you mention Willow, I love Willow too. You know, Mad Mardigan. Oh, that's great. I love Willow, and then everything else. I'm like, what?
Now, Buckaroo Banzai is a great film. I think it's on Prime actually. So if you have Prime, you can watch it for free.
Is he like some sort of space cowboy or something?
Yeah, it's like a cyberpunk futuristic movie. It's got Peter Weller in it, who played RoboCop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If you've recently seen Ready Player One.
Oh yeah.
When the main character goes to the dance club to meet the girl.
Yeah.
He decides to wear the Buckaroo Banzai outfit.
And I thought
he's a space samurai cyber warrior.
And I thought that movie was just one big meme. I could not stop memeing that as I watched it. But I'm gonna say 0 out of 10. Not enough Halo.
I enjoyed it.
They didn't put Warhammer. That's my problem.
No, they had a lot of Warhammer there.
Really?
There's more Warhammer than Halo. Like the one scene, there's a space marine, and then I think there was this woman who was like one of those like crazy crazy chicks from Warhammer or whatever they're called. You know, I don't know a lot about Warhammer. And she gets killed.
Sister sororities?
Yes, the
Sisters of Battle?
Yeah, I think it was one of those.
I love how that movie had the holy hand grenade of Antioch.
Of course, they had to put that in there.
It's a rabbit because I've only seen bits and pieces of the movie.
Yeah, Ready Player One. It surprised me. I went in it with low expectations, and I actually enjoyed it.
It was exactly.
It's a fun movie. I mean, I'm not going to be overcritical of it. It was just a fun Saturday night film. I mean, it had a lot of great imagery in it. It was great CGI. It's a Spielberg film, so I mean, you're going to get a good time at least, even if you don't really care for the story or whatever. At least it's a fun movie to watch. They
did fit plenty of video game and movie references in there. Quite nice too. It worked. He made it work. It wasn't like some movies where they just kind of mash everything in and it just doesn't work.
Yeah, he found a world where it all worked.
Of course, yeah. An MMO.
Yeah. Basically, it was like, what would happen if we lived in a futuristic world where basically, what is that? Was that Second Life? Kind of become like an actual thing that people like everybody. Yeah.
With low torque.
Second Life meets VR chat. That's
oh fuck! Do you know D-Way?
Yeah. That meme is dead. I can confirm that. It's been dead for a while.
Dead memes.
It's been dead for a while, but I have not seen a Knuckles at all in that game.
That's one of those shooting star memes. It burned out really quick.
Oh darn! I love that meme.
The meme and it's dead.
Yep. But everybody at least give Buckaroo Banzai a chance. It's got its place in the history of cult favorites. Even if you don't like it, it has a certain imagery to it. Kind of like the first Dune movie, had nothing to do with the books. It was absolutely fucking garbage compared to the books.
Oh,
but there's still a special place in history for that first film because of the effects. It was
Oh yeah, the
beyond
first
its time
person.
for the 80s. You know, like it was great, actually. You know,
Princess Bride is better than the book.
Some of them pull that off. Yep. There, in some rare cases, movies are better than what inspired them, and in even more rare cases, sometimes the sequels are better than the originals.
In
Very
like one,
The movie was better than the book.
I think the top one that most people name is T2. I think Judgment Day is a superior movie compared to their first Terminator.
oh yeah, you know what? Judgment Day was really good. Terminator one.
Samurai Jake. I think they meant Samurai Jack.
What?
Someone in the chat said, I love Samurai Jake cartoon, but I think they're talking about Samurai Jack.
Samurai Jack.
I have no idea.
It's
I don't watch a lot of cartoons.
I like that show.
It's a Nickelodeon? No.
No,
Cartoon.
hell no. Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network. That's right.
Shit.
That went on
What?
Adult Swim for its final
Hey,
season.
I grew up without cable. Okay, so
yeah.
I mean, Cable is an essential character in Deadpool. I don't know how you can go out without Cable.
The first one we did. The first one we did, apparently.
Yeah, that's a recent purchase of mine that I actually wasn't happy with. I didn't care for Deadpool 2. It had its moments. I liked it, but it wasn't as good as the first one.
I just saw it last Sunday, I think, but I was in the middle of a D&D game at the time that I was watching it, and I wasn't terribly distracted.
And super duper uncut with the extra 15 minutes of jokes was kind of bad.
How bad?
Shit.
A lot of SJW jokes.
Good or bad ones?
Like when he's in like heaven or whatever with his girl, and he's like, "Is this heaven?" And she's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Can every day be Women's Appreciation Month or Day or whatever?"
Oh God!
I was like, "God damn it!"
Well, because women's appreciate that he got fucked in the ass with a strap on in the first movie.
Yeah, there was a lot more gay jokes in Deadpool 2 than the first one.
Yeah.
He wouldn't stop like loving up on Colossus and grabbing his ass and
yeah.
shit. And then Domino has hairy armpits. I don't know why. Just it's there. It literally says in the Amazon trivia that she chose to do that because she wanted to push the agenda that women having hairy armpits is okay. Like there was no other reason to do it. There was no other reason to do it, you know.
Technically speaking, no one ever said it's not okay. They just say it's not attractive.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to force people.
Just because you could doesn't mean you should.
Yeah, they're trying to force people into considering what is attractive and what's not, and you can't change that. It happens organically. You know.
Yeah.
That's why fashion changes, because people find things attractive and then they get bored with those attractive things, and a new thing comes. But you can't force it. You can't be like, I'm a feminist.
The funny thing about that's the funny thing about it anyway, because they're like, well, you're liking on all of the false attributions of beauty and stuff like that.
Hey, I'll have you know the hijab is very sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really great on an explosion.
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
Or like that feminists took it a step further and was like, I'm gonna grow my armpit out, and it's like, you do you. And then they were all like, I'm gonna dye them colors. And it's like, now I have like blue armpit hair and shit, and it's like, fuck you.
Like, what?
Now you're just pissing me off, you know.
Good luck having
They're like the ultimate fucking trolls.
That's why my dream girl has neck down alopecia, like that. Just genetic hair loss from the neck down.
Jesus Christ.
Oh
my God.
Forget the
that was
Brazilian.
too clever a joke for you guys. You guys don't know what alopecia is. It's fucking genetic hair loss. That's what that is. Like, people literally don't grow any hair on their bodies at all, or on their heads, their face.
Race Jacobson, armpit Akbar.
You got bombs strapped to your armpits.
But I never understood why Domino had to have that. Like, that's not pertinent to the character. She did a good job. I enjoyed her character, but why was she like coming down with her parachute and her arms are up and the camera had to be like right here so you could see her hairy armpits? I don't know why. It's just there in the movie.
Mr. Monkeylet, enjoy your 40 cats.
Yeah,
I'm glad I did not notice that.
Yep. Congratulations. Congratulations on pushing an agenda nobody really wanted. You know?
But you think this is wrong?
Like, and they think it's like a gender thing too. I know plenty of guys who shave their body hair too. You know, who gives a fuck? What? You know, why is that all of a sudden kids like, why are we trying to go back to the 70s when Bush ruled the world? And I ain't talking about the president. I ain't talking about the president either. I'm talking, you know, you go back to 70s porn and you're like, good Lord, how did they find the hole?
They had to chop down the forest. They had to chop down the forest, you know?
You gotta get the machete out.
That's just having sex purely based on smell.
Well,
don't get me wrong. I don't judge. If I had a girlfriend who had a little fucking pube hair, I wouldn't fucking mind. But Jesus Christ, they're trying to push something that nobody really cares for.
I wouldn't care, but if there's a forest growing down, I was like, okay, chop. Okay, you gotta start cutting.
I'd get the chainsaw and just go. Vroom, vroom, vroom.
Now we live in a culture where you can get it like laser removed.
Yeah.
So you can throw it at all ever again, you know, and it's like, and now they're just trying to change that all of a sudden. Like, I'm sorry, it's just not, you know, fucking. At least if you're gonna grow some hair down there, keep it trimmed and shit. You know, girls don't like that either. They don't want to go down on a guy and be like, oh, it's like a thimble wearing a clown's wig.
You know, the tree looks a lot bigger when you trim the bushes around it.
Yeah, at least fucking clip that shit, make it look like a bonsai tree.
Bonsai.
Bonsai!
You know? Fucking hell, man. You guys, take care of your shit too. It's not just women. You know? Fucking hell.
I'll be right back.
Please know, Axe is not shampoo or body wash.
Yeah, we live in a world where like porn stars bleach their buttholes so they look good on camera, and people are trying to change that. Be like, we should all go all natural. Get your ass crumbs out of my bed. Fucking hell, man.
Yeah.
If you're gonna have that much hair, at least carve like a design into it, like shave like make it some whirly woos or something, you know, some little fucking
a lucky rabbit's foot.
Yeah, like have a fucking like yellow brick road twirl going right down.
If it's dyed, is it dyed yellow as well?
Yeah, fuck yeah, get a
I
blonde
have
chick.
like an arrow. I have like an arrow pointing down.
Get like a fucking like fucking, you know, I want a girl with like enough pube hair where she can like shave the little question mark boxes from Mario.
Oh my god!
So I could be like, bing,
you want her to,
bing, bing, bing.
You want her to
Power up.
Insert here, there as well.
Like every time I hit it, a little coin pops out.
One up, one up, one up, one up.
Oh my god!
Hit.
Are you gonna play the power up sound when you come?
Yeah, that'd be great.
So,
like she pull down her pants and she has like the invincible star from Mario. Little
there you go.
Little eyes.
Got it.
And then you could just be like.
Would that mean if you hit it 100 times, would you get an extra life? Well, she'll get an extra life inside her.
Oh dear. Oh,
Right?
give it one a spare life.
Oh my god.
No, the life would have to be
wisely.
the first one to finish the race, though.
For fuck's sake. I mean, Jesus. At least get like a Hello Kitty carved in that motherfucker, you know? Something cute. You know?
So, does anyone know Boost Mobile?
I think the best one would just be like, girls, if you want that much hair, just let it grow out and then shave a bullseye.
Nah. Oh wow.
Give your man a little something to aim for.
Oh my god.
I heard the joke, like someone said, if a guy was going to get a tattoo, it said, if you're reading this, you're doing it right.
That's yeah, I'm joking. The bullseye is a tramp stamp.
Oh wow.
We like to call that the bullseye.
The bullseye.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of the armpit hair thing, that reminded me of a Boost Mobile commercial where I think it was
only here in California. It was like some hippie chick riding on a tandem bicycle with her boyfriend, and she has like armpit hair that's going down to her hips or something.
What?
Then, yes, I'm serious. You could look it up, and she's like riding with this like 3-foot long armpit hair. It's like, what? You think this is wrong? And it's just like,
yeah, they're trying to normalize really fucked up shit. And it's like not the armpit. I'm not even talking about armpit hair. I can deal with it. If a girl's all like, I got armpit hair because I just don't fucking want to shave. Hey,
okay,
fine. I mean, but fucking hell, like, because I get it, man. You got to shave your whole fucking body just to be pretty. I get it. Some people are lazy, don't want to fucking do it. I get it. Okay, but at the same time, they're also trying to normalize some really fucked up shit. Like pedophilia. Like, oh, I'm a pedophile, but I'm not a monster. No, you're a monster.
No,
okay, amazing atheist.
Jesus Christ.
Is Amazing Atheist a pedophile?
Yes, he's admitted to being a pedophile.
Oh,
I heard
that.
I hadn't heard that.
No,
I heard that. So
don't spread some bullshit on my show unless you have the facts to back it up.
Okay.
But facts are racist, remember?
Oh yeah, that's racist.
It's like it's offensive to call a demon they prefer mortally challenged. Remember?
Yeah, whatever. I don't buy into all of that shit either.
No, that was a doom joke. People got mad about that.
Some people just take it too far, and I don't listen to it. Yeah, but now they're trying to even change it from like pedophile to like minor attracted person.
Yeah.
Just to like loosen up the lingo, and it's like, you guys need to fucking stop.
It's like, no, this is.
It's time to stop.
This has got to stop.
Just stop it.
Please, for the love of all things fucking holy.
Stop, or we will make you stop.
This shit.
Or we will make you stop. You think the right-wing death squads are a joke?
That it happens on the right too. You get them hardcore ethno-state nationalists, and we're like, stop.
Yeah.
We decided a long time ago that Nazis were bad.
Yeah.
No, you guys are gonna go too. We're gonna be equal opportunity purgers.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, the purge.
That'd be a fucked up thing. I'll tell you, I'd survive though.
Yes, of course.
Fuckers.
Oh, who's seen that movie, The Purge?
Not me.
I've seen the very first one. I never watched any of the sequels.
Okay.
I didn't think it was that original that it needed sequels.
It's like, why? The Purge, it just works. It just works. How does it work?
I think like if that sort of thing actually happened, it would just make everything much worse. It might go on for like 2 years, a year or two, and then a full-scale civil war would erupt because people are like, no, fuck this shit.
Yeah, I mean, if my government tried to implement a day of purge, I would rebel.
Pretty sure most of the armed forces rebel.
I mean, it's a fun idea for a movie, not for real life. Like as much as I think I would enjoy, trying to kill somebody who's trying to kill me, because that's a wholly different feeling. Like people are like, oh, when you kill a man, it changes you. No, don't. Depends on what that man's doing. If he's like trying to rape my sister, I'm gonna blow his fucking head off and sleep perfectly well at night.
If it's a pedophile, I'll decapitate with that very sword.
At the same time, if you implement like a purge night and there's like perfectly innocent people getting raped and murdered just because people want to blow off some steam, I have a problem with that ideologically. Like,
I bet you during the purge, they'd be like, people like, you better not do anything wrong to the purge, we'll kill you.
Like everybody's like, when you take another person's life, it changes you. That depends on the person and what they're doing. They come to kill me or my family, I'm gonna sleep well at night after I blow their fucking heads off. I ain't gonna miss a wink of sleep.
So someone once asked me, "What do you feel when you shoot someone?" And I just shrugged and said, "Recoil."
Oh, I never heard that one before.
That's an oldie.
So
it's an oldie but a goodie.
I know what you're talking about. Mario.
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 Something for you. Mario and Bush.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. He's jumping in a bush.
Yahoo!
That's wholesome.
Oh, wow. He sounds like he's having a good time.
And all he gets is a kiss and some Cake Force troubles.
Yeah.
He deserves more.
That's why I loved the little cartoons on YouTube a while back ago. I don't know if they're still on because they're pretty raunchy. YouTube might have canceled them, but they were called Mad Mario.
Oh, God.
And he shows up and Bowser's all like, Mario, let us battle. And he's like, yo, shut the fuck up. Yo. He's like, Dad, for the last fucking time, you're getting kidnapped again. And Bowser's like, wow, you're really mad. And he's like, shut up, you stupid cunt. I will fucking get you. He's like, you're going home and you're sucking something. And he's like dragging the princess away. And the Bowser's like, are we gonna like do our fight? And he goes, you want to fight somebody? Why don't you call my retard brother?
Yep.
Okay, I found it.
It's still here. It's still here. Johnny Ethco. I fucking love that guy.
Oh yeah, Aspro from Battlefield from Neebs Gaming.
Yes, Neeb. I know. I love Neebs. Ah, nerd.
There was also a set of cartoons that came out that was like Prostitution Mickey, and it was Mickey Mouse as a car.
It's the same guy. It was the same guy.
Yeah, that shit is so funny. I laugh. I love it when like Mickey's talking to the guy in the car, and he's like, well, you could get this and this and this, and he goes, and then you could get around the world, and he's like, oh, that sounds fun. He goes, it is for you. I lost my shit.
Have you seen of the guy trying to get the girl to get out of my car? Get out of my car.
Oh God, I love that one.
You seen that one?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I love the there was a cartoon about like a whore, like a street walking hooker that becomes a super.
Oh, I've seen that.
Like a superhero. Because she wakes up one day and has powers, and so like the big super team shows up to recruit her. She's got like a kid at home. she fucking beats the shit out of a super villain right in front of like Congress, and then like fucking you bitch. And then she like stands up and pisses on her. You know, like they're all like, we're not sure if you're right for our team. She's giving the superhero guy like a blowjob. You know, like it's so funny. And he's sitting there and he's like, oh God, and he's like punched the wall and it's got holes in it, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh God, move, and she's like, and the condom like it goes boom, and it goes through the wall and hits the wing off of an airplane. The fucking cum shot goes through the fucking wall, and there's an airplane and blows the wing off of it. And he goes, oh God, I gotta save them, and he goes flying out and he saves the airplane, and while he's flying, he's flopping in the wind because he forgot to put his pants on.
Wow.
I just wish that they continued with Korgoth of Barbaria. That was hilarious.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, that only had 2 episodes.
Yeah, those were great.
I managed to watch the one. I couldn't find the second one.
Yep. It's online because only the pilot aired, but they did have 2 episodes, so they released the second one online. You should be able to find it on YouTube.
You have aroused me. You aroused my anger.
Yeah, I love the guy who shows up and he's like, "You're gonna feel an entire spectrum of pain, like a rainbow."
Throws alcohol.
Rips the whole front of his skin off.
And throws alcohol in it. Throws alcohol.
I love it when he like knocks that guy into the girl's tits and he's just screaming, and then it's going to the other guy, and the other guy, they're just all Then he throws the alcohol at the guy with no skin. He goes and it goes around the room again, and the guy in the tits is going.
He rips the guy's arm off and beats him to death with it.
And he sets the guy on fire too.
I love the scene where they come across the giant pigeon. The guy's like, that's what everybody's afraid of. And he goes walking out. And he's like this big. And he's like, are you kidding me? He goes, hey, you big stupid bird. And the pigeon just goes poop. And he fucking splits in half. He just goes,
And then the scene where they were eating the berries and one of them explodes because it turns out they're explosive. Like, oh shit.
Yep.
Yeah. Ah, man. It's classy shit.
Yeah, I think the overarching theme to the first season of the Magog show is whether or not Magog has feelings.
I feel something.
Awesome.
Look, I'm not an evil motherfucker. I have no reason to fuck with kids.
You know, like just I want to do this whole like build up to where like the final episode, there's like a single tear comes out of Magog's eye, and everybody's like,
he's like, shut up.
You know?
And then he's
Oh
like,
my god!
and then it turns out there's just something in his eyes, like goddamn bugs.
Yeah, you know.
Zoom out a little bit, bowl of onions. Who the fuck?
Damn it, Beardy. You motherfucker.
It's like this evil witch wants to get the tears of Magog because that's where all his power lies.
Oh,
like,
shit.
Like, how do you make him cry? And then at the end of it, they end up making him cry from laughter.
You bring up Mr. Glitterballs. You make him. Bring up Mr. Glitterballs.
I'd love it if like Magog's like walking, like he's standing in the middle of the field and something actually genuinely happens that upsets him, and a single tear falls from his cheek, and it plays this like sad music, and then it drops off.
Does Magog have any siblings?
And in slow motion, the tear slowly falls down and goes and hits the ground, and Magog's walking away, and everybody's like, I can't believe it. He has emotion. So all of a sudden, the whole field just dies. Fucking flowers are wilting and fucking trees.
That cow falls over.
So Magog went out for a walk, and someone decided to demo his tower.
People were like, no, we get to the very end, and people are just like, what finally made Magog shed a single tear? And everybody's like, I don't know. Perhaps he lost someone he loved, or perhaps somebody died and he really cared finally, and all this and that. And it just cuts to Magog. It's like, fucking Legos. They hurt.
Kills one on the bottom of your foot.
Stepped on a Lego.
Yes, use that. Use that.
That's 10 out of 10. Good shit.
Turns
So
out he just
relatable.
like bumped his toe.
Stubbed it toe.
But then you go for the actual twist. He's like holding a picture of someone he knew he's dead. Like, well, shit.
I'm gonna get going, guys. It was fun.
Yeah.
Bye, Seth.
All right. We'll probably have to bring it to an end here soon. We'll go until 7 p.m. So we got 20 minutes.
It's only 7:40 p.m. where I'm from.
Hey! It's only 4:40, so that means we got 2 hours to go.
I only care about my time.
Oh well.
Well, fuck you.
But
Alright, so,
You do have a better beard than I can ever grow. I have to admit that.
well,
yes, I do think
it took a long time to get to this point to where I could grow an actual beard because I'm blonde. So like all through my teenage years, it was like this wispy crap. But now that I'm in my 30s, I can grow a proper man beard.
I'm blonde too. I can't grow a beard. I can't grow anything.
I just hate that there's like patches of like actual silver because I'm so blonde that I actually have
White hair.
platinum blonde hair, you know? So like part of my beard tries to be red because of my Scottish ancestry. And then the other part's like, no, you're Santa Claus.
I am I can't do a Scottish accent right now.
I am William Wallace.
No,
that
you're
was-
Santa Claus.
I'm William.
No, you're Saint Nicholas.
I have a friend who has blonde hair and a red beard. It's funny. So
Yeah. No, that's actually kind of typical.
How to make Beardy cry? You shave his beard.
do not the beard.
Have him tortured like a lazy, have him like strapped down to a table, and there's like someone holding a pair of razors. He's like, no, not the beard, not the beard.
Magog's gonna torture Beardy, and he's gonna have like a pair of shears and go snip, 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 Beardy.
Use a blowtorch.
Yeah.
No, he removes it. He uses wax.
Uh-oh.
Wax removal.
Time for your Brazilian waxing. Except on your face.
Gross.
No, we're gonna start with your face. First with your eyebrows.
Oh God, Beardy without eyebrows.
Then with your nose hair.
That's painful.
Have you ever gotten your eyebrows threaded? That shit hurts.
Then with your eyelashes.
No, I can't say that I've ever had a thought in my head ended in those words in a sentence. I never woke up one day and was like, I need to thread my eyebrows.
So, yeah.
Is anyone going to mention that scene from 40-Year-Old Virgin where he's got the bloody smiley face? He goes to get his chest hair waxed.
Oh, Kelly Clarkson!
Yep. That's one of those things, I don't even know why they bother. Like, body hair can be easily removed now with, like, the Nair. Like, that shit actually works really well.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried it before on my nutsack.
I just don't know.
TMI!
I just don't know. Is that
Let me tell you something, ladies. You don't know what you're missing because my balls are as smooth as eggs.
Is that an Xbox controller on your desk? I just now noticed that.
Huh?
Is that an Xbox controller on your desk? I just now noticed that.
It is.
It's not it's an Xbox controller, but it's not to an Xbox.
Oh.
It's for my PC, so I play Skyrim.
Nice.
You
filthy. I prefer using a controller with Skyrim instead of a mouse and keyboard.
That's fair.
But
Blasphemy.
Too few controls. Yes, blasphemy. Heresy.
There's not that many buttons in Skyrim, so
like Fallout.
I grew up with consoles. And when I switched to PC so I can mod, I miss the controller. I don't like the mouse and keyboard. I didn't grow up with it.
No.
I grew up with fucking controllers. Started with Nintendo and moved on up through, PlayStation and Xbox.
Same here, but I use mouse and keyboard. Clearly, you don't use Sky UI.
Yeah, I do.
I grew up with Commodore 64.
It works just as good with the fucking controller. Of course I use Sky UI. That's one of those must-have mods for Skyrim. You can't play Skyrim without Sky UI.
Someone joined the stream. Ryan just said my balls are smooth as eggs.
Welcome back from Satan.
From the beginning.
Yeah, Beth's here too. She doesn't talk to me anymore though.
Someone said the pipes used in Braveheart were Irish pipes, not Scots.
Scottish.
Yep. Omegon's in the chat too. Go fuck yourself, Omegon.
Doesn't he have a hentai
dirty whore?
Doesn't he have a hentai to be in?
Oh my.
Oh.
Oh my.
But Magog, the F8.
I wonder what Poe sounds like doing that.
Do it.
Oh,
you should try.
My.
That's pretty good.
That's a good one. Yeah, Poe. Doesn't work well with Magog. Oh my.
That's something about the rape. Magog is about to rape someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one is about the size of a fairy, of a pixie, I would guess.
Yep. I should do like live Magog readings.
Yes.
Magog pulls up some tweets or something. It's just all like,
Magog reads mean tweets. Oh my god.
Oh yes.
I would watch the shit out of that.
Magog reads the Bible. No. The Bible would be 100% better if Magog read it out loud. I was gonna say it.
All right. So Magog, hey, Magog reads. Well, Magog should read this.
No. Oh boy.
Yes, you should.
Here we go.
Magog reads.
This
Metro 2033.
Yes, Metro 2033 would be a good one.
I don't know what any of that is.
Have you played the game Metro 2033?
Oh my god, you need to play Metro.
No.
First read the books, then play the games. But Metro is good.
I'm just reading for the sole line of "fuck your evolution."
Here's a nice tweet from Cat Williams. This is pretty funny. I'll read it.
Oh god.
I can't stand when people say babies age in months after a year old. Yeah, he's 29 months. Bitch, don't make me do math.
That's a good one.
That's solid. I like it.
Oh god, Sonic
says famous movie lines.
Oh yeah, like here's a good one. I'll do this one in Poe. The lawyer says, "Did your boyfriend commit the crime? Girlfriend, honey, He can't even commit to this relationship. Entire jury. Oh, snap.
Magog, bye, you son of a bitch.
Oh, this is a bad tweet. This bitch is stupid. My HIV results came back positive. I'm clean. Bitch, no, you ain't.
Cut the Sandy like,
That's
no,
not
you
what positive means.
I'm positively sure I don't have HIV.
I'm saying I bet she's from California.
This is a
Please
one
don't.
One time I slipped on ice and discovered I'm a natural at breakdancing.
Oh fuck, that's gotta hurt.
Magog reads Reverend Satan. Magog reads Sonic fan fiction.
Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. Gotta go faster.
So if Magog is reading Sonic, then Poe is definitely reading fucking Tails.
Oh God.
My wife said I need to grow up. I was speechless. It's hard to say anything when you have 45 gummy bears in your mouth.
God damn it.
Reverend Satan, I slipped on ice and got deported.
Oh, here's a good one. Here's a good one. Here's a good one. I saw some ducks practicing their teenage girl faces at the pond today.
Oh God.
Wow. Shit.
Oh boy.
Here's a good. My ex said that she left me because of my short attention span. Unbeknownst to her, I actually. Damn, that's a cool ass word, right? Unbeknownst.
Oh dear. That should be your next thing. Yeah, Magog reads.
Have that like be like a sort of segue section in side quest.
Here's a good one where Ryan Reynolds tweeted. People in LA are deathly afraid of gluten. I swear to God, you could rob a liquor store in this city with a bagel.
What happens? Point of South Park, make your dick fly off.
Yeah, that's California. Yeah.
There's a drinking game where you drink every time a kid annoys you. It's called parenting.
Magog does a voiceover for Batman.
Oh God, but I'm Batman. That would be perfect. So, did Magog kill his parents?
My parents are dead. I killed them.
Oh, here.
Yes,
I thought my vasectomy would keep my wife from getting pregnant, but apparently all it does is change the color of the baby.
What?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
God damn. Oh my God. What the fuck?
Oh.
Shit.
Oh, someone got cocked.
A little bit.
Yep. This is good. My daughter, only 6 months old, is already drawing. I'd hang it on the fridge, but honestly, it's absolute garbage.
That's
hard.
It's
Shit.
fun because it's true.
If you tell me to go deeper and my pelvis is already touching you, you just rude as hell. You know I done run out of dick. I can't even finish it. That's fucking hilarious. You know good and well I done run out of dick. I couldn't even finish doing the voice with that one though. That was fucking funny.
You know done well.
You know good and well I done run out of dick.
Hey, new person. Hey, Reverend Satan.
Who do you think I am? Long Schlong Silver?
Hello. There we go.
Hey, Reverend.
You know, that's not the Satanic cross on your shoulder.
I know it's the St. Peter's cross. I'm well
Okay,
aware of
good.
this,
Fine.
right?
Someone knows it. Oh, a man of culture.
This is funny. This chick said, my husband got excited thinking I was touching myself under the covers, but I was actually just opening a Kit Kat.
Oh, God.
Give me that.
Do that in a voice. I bet it's funnier. Like, do it in the Rufus voice. It's probably...
Oh, God.
Oh, dear.
Here's one from a Christian. I'll read this in Lucifer's voice, aka Rufus's voice. Happy holidays to everyone, whether you celebrate Christmas or some other religion, and will spend eternity in a lake of hellfire.
Fucking pagans.
I respect others' religions, even if they're wrong.
Hey, it's true.
I got nothing.
Man. I love these little tweets sometimes because they're kind of like they remind me of like Stephen Wright jokes. You know, he was like the king of the one-liners. I remember when Stephen Wright, he's like deadpan. You know, he never smiles, never frowns. He just kind of stays the same. And I was watching one of his stand-ups from back in the 90s. It was so old, but he was like, one time I got a humidifier and dehumidifier for Christmas. I put them in the same room and let them duke it out.
Is he still doing his stand-up? Or,
Stephen Wright? No, I think he just writes for television.
That's a bummer.
Finally, someone with an AR instead of an AK. America, fuck yeah.
Fuck you.
Is that now? Is this really you, Reverend? Or
That
is
is
this
me.
just okay? Good. So you're not fake news.
Shut up.
You fucking Vladimir, you're a fraud.
Here's a good
He's a
one.
food puppet.
Write the name of someone you hate on your body every day in permanent marker. So no matter how you die, they'll become a suspect.
I'm gonna need more markers.
She puts her own name on there.
God damn it.
Oh man, who to write down? There are so many people.
Oh, I know.
I bet one of them's herself.
Implicate yourself.
What? Some of these
You'll never
never
see
still
it
make
coming.
fucking sense. Like, listen to this one. Sex is like pizza. If you're going to use barbecue sauce, you better know what the fuck you're doing.
What?
You're doing sex wrong there, buddy.
Barbecue sauce stings the penis.
What kind of sex are you doing?
Wait, how do you know this?
It's a long story. It was in Missouri. Let's just leave it at that.
That explains everything.
Oh God, what color is your child?
I don't have any.
Oh, hey, it's a great contraceptive then.
That too.
Guys, it's been fun, but I gotta go be a nerd.
All right.
Nerd.
Nerd.
Already
Yeah, we only have 5.
I mean, okay, I will give you that, but I've got to go be in a D&D stream in like 5 minutes.
Ooh.
Nerd.
gonna do it.
Double nerd.
Thanks, guys. See you later.
Laters.
Have a good one.
Yes.
Yep, we just got to go
Finally,
ahead
I
and
should
do
be
this
free.
last 4 minutes. We got 4 minutes, so if there's anything you guys would like to say,
Finally, we're actually free.
or shill, or whatever you want to do, fucking
Give me money.
Send me 300 blackout. I'm stuck in California.
Oh God.
Move out of California. You can move out.
That costs money. I'm on a fixed income here.
Too much money.
That's the thing, fucking.
I got channel.
Hey,
Subscribe
Magog,
to it.
can I get 1,000 rounds of 308 168 grain? Please and thank you.
No,
I have
good-
I have 7.62 by 54, 184 grain.
you guys are not ending my stream with a bunch of gun talk. Fucking stop.
So,
Like, every fucking time I do a patron stream, it's like you two get on here. Hey, you want to talk about guns today?
But you're a redneck.
Stream already. Like, fuck, you like talking about guns so damn much. Go do a gun stream.
It's the
Okay.
joke.
Okay, we will. Fine.
And we
You're not
won't invite
invited.
you.
Yeah.
If you're like, actually, we will invite you just to piss you off.
It's like, Jesus Christ, you guys love guns so much. I bet you if you ever got shot, you'd be like, this is awesome. Hey, man, what'd you use? It feels like a 9mm, but I'm not sure.
This is great. It
And
was
my cats would be like, yes. I'm like, yes. Oh god, yes.
Okay, we're not beardy. We aren't masochists.
No, Beardy.
Sadists.
No, Beardy's not safe. He didn't like getting ass fucked all the time.
Oh, yes, okay.
Yes. Yep.
Now, Magog, on the other hand, that's a different story.
Kadun says, shill anti-heroes GoFundMe.
Go
to his GoFundMe.
Anti-hero has a GoFundMe.
I got a channel.
You got a wrench, girl. Yeah, if you guys want to help a guy not lose his house because he's having trouble paying rent, he's a YouTuber and a streamer, but he doesn't make a lot of money. If you guys feel like helping him out, you can go over there and throw him a shekel if you want.
Well, I'm out of shekels.
1 shekel.
I've only got rupees. Don't ask.
I have exactly 1 fuck to give. And there it goes. Okay.
And that's my last fuck.
Don't spend it all in one place.
Oh, never mind. I got it. It's right here. We're going to keep it safe.
Yep. I know. I didn't want to do that without permission. Shut up, Kadun. It's a chat. No one cares what you put in the chat.
And it's Magog's chat, so who cares?
Yeah, no one cares. Jesus.
I'd love to help the guy out, but I got to buy meth.
Well, and this is California anyway. It's expensive as fuck here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know. But if you guys could send him some sketty noodles or something.
I can send him exactly 1 ramen noodle.
Out here in
single ramen noodle.
Isn't it just one big noodle?
Yes, it'll be 1 little noodle. That's all we can afford.
Yeah. But yeah, if you want to help a fellow YouTuber out, stave off the streets, you can go over there and do your feel good thing for the month if you'd like. Make you feel good about yourself that you help somebody.
Someone says we lost 5 cool points. Trademarked.
Cool points? There's a such thing
How?
as that?
How?
I'm already spending $10 on Magog.
Okay, yeah.
All I can do.
Yeah, Magog,
yeah. Don't give up my money to give to him.
Magog, you're taking my monthly beer money. I hope you're happy.
How much money do you people make? Jesus Christ! Like half of my donators only give me $5 a month, and it's like, oh man, there went my meals for the month. What the fuck kind of money do you make?
They're giving you as hard a time as
VA only gives you so much a month.
If $5 a month kills you, don't internet.
Don't internet.
Don't internet.
Go get a better job.
Neebs Gaming has a joke. I'm pretty sure it's a joke Patron, but to get on a live stream with them, you have to pay them $1 million.
Yeah, they're Patron.
I mean, part of that's a joke, but in reality, come on, guys. Like, if you deal with your own stuff first before you give to me, I'd feel terrible if this
Okay, well,
you got to pay your bills first. You take care of you, but then I have extra spending money, that I would throw to a GoFundMe now and again, and it makes me feel good that I help people out. But I don't spend my grocery money on it. Come on, guys. I appreciate the sentiment, I really do, but I don't need that on my conscience,
Okay, well, when I win the lottery, I'll give you $1 million.
That'd be awesome. Yeah,
without plus taxes.
But it depends on the lottery too. If you win like 380 million, I need more than $1 million.
Okay, I'll give you $3 million.
Apparently, we lost more cool points by killing the joke 6 times over.
I need at least
what joke.
I need at least like 13 million, and here's why.
Yeah, Mr. Monkey.
Here's why. Okay, I need a few million left over to make a big budget show, like a much bigger budget show. But I need about $11 million right now.
Oh well. Okay.
That's oddly specific.
That's for
yeah. I was just perusing land for sale in Arkansas, and I found 6,000 acres for $11 million.
Well, I could give you my entire life savings of $3,000 to help you out.
Yeah, I don't think that's even going to come close there, buddy.
Well, it's a good starting point.
I don't even know
that though. Imagine being able like 6,000 acres divided, like $11 million divided by 6,000. That's only $1,800 an acre, but fuck, 6,000 acres. That's like all of Morskar. Like I could build my own country.
Holy shit! My God could really be the Lord, our Dark Lord. It's real.
Magog on Game of Thrones budget.
Yeah, I just saw that by Beth. Beth was like, imagine Magog on a Game of Thrones budget. Oh, you guys would get something real special. People would be sitting back going, man, look at the graphics, the sets. Is that a dragon raping somebody? This is amazing. Look at the CGI.
And
its
then Magog
has horns. You know.
Magog would be like, no, Rufus, no, bad dragon.
God,
He's slapping Rufus. He's slapping Rufus with a rolled up newspaper.
I probably wouldn't show that, but it would be funny to like have Magog riding on the back of Rufus in a battle, and the camera just pans down, and there's just this big floppy dragon dick.
Oh God!
And it's like people are like, "Why'd you do that?" Because I'm getting tired of movies portraying dragons with no dicks. How do you think they mate?
I have a big pair of swinging dragon balls instead of dick you see.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm joking. They probably do it like, you know, because they're always portrayed as eggs, aren't they? So they probably lay eggs. It's a lot like reptiles. And then the male comes and fertilizes.
The male has a penis.
Well, there's something I needed to think about.
Yeah. Well, then wouldn't that make dragons that have 2 dicks then?
Lizards have. Oh, so if the dragon has 7 balls, how many dicks does he have? Dragons what?
Beth said, "How did my phone make Rufus into Brutus? Makes no sense." Yeah, but that's awesome. What if Brutus is his last name?
Rufus Brutus.
It's his brother.
Or maybe his first name. Maybe he's Brutus Rufus.
Brutus is his bigger brother. His bigger, much bulkier brother.
Brutus is his brother. Like, could you imagine like Magog like having 3 dragons just like Daenerys in Game of Thrones? But he's all
Rufus, Brutus, and
this is Viserys the Great, and this is Belagog the Feared, and that's Rufus.
and Rufus is the run.
Like you get down the line of dragons, and then he just gets to the last one. It's got like
this is Bob.
It's got like one cocked eye, and it's like that's Bill.
That's Billy. That one's Billy.
Come, Billy Bob, into battle.
No,
we ride.
And then we call this one Tiny Tim.
Billy
Is he
Bob
missing
the
a leg?
dragon. Instead of like growling fiercely, he lands on the battlefield, opens his mouth, and people expect fire to come out, and he just goes, "But I tell you what."
Hey, Cadet wants to live in Morscar.
He has a giant penis. And he goes around smacking people with it.
Oh, someone,
would that be
Mr.
his
Monkey
Billy
Lint
Club?
says, and this dragon, Mr. Monkey Lint says, and this dragon is Bubba.
Yep.
Bubba?
Bubba and Billy Bob, the dragons.
Well, I tell you what.
All they do is sit around drinking cheap ale and talking about the kart races.
Yeah,
hey man, I'm really getting tired of watching this show. Do you want to go fuck our sister cousin?
Magog
and Billy, they're all sitting drinking like, yep.
Mm-hmm. Does Billy shout people to death? Take a deep breath. Well, I tell you what. And everyone dies.
His skin just flies off.
One talks about propane and propane accessories.
My name's Dank Hill. I sell cocaine and cocaine accessories.
Can you imagine like a Skyrim parody where it's just like Fusro rape? I don't want to know what that dragon word means.
Okay. All right, that's it, Magog. I am turning you into a Skyrim mod.
Wait, then have I can't say it, and then have an all-white dragon with a tiny dick named Taekwon.
Here's redneck dragonborn. Fusro, damn it, man!
Where's my beer?
Have like a line of wheat in his mouth, like. Mm.
What was that, Reverend?
That dragon ain't right. I'll tell you what.
I'm now gonna do a T-shirt that says "Foos Raw Damn Skippy." Road damn Skippy. You damn Skippy.
You need. Someone says they need Magog in his Skyrim.
There's been a few people who've done that. They've created characters using mods so they get different makeups and stuff.
Someone created Oxhorn for Fallout 4 as a settler.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a mod I won't download.
Well, you know what? I'm going to make an actual Magog companion. He's going to be a real necromancer.
I have sound clips from his videos in it, and
Yep.
That'd be hard to do because I put music in the background of my videos.
Well,
you'd actually have to have custom work done. You'd have to message me and be like, "Give me these lines."
Full Sword Dragon Bit.
And next,
you imagine running around Skyrim as the Dragonborn with Magog following you.
That'd be great.
Like, download one version if you're a male character. Download another version if you're a female character.
There we go.
That way, there could be like different dialogue. It'd be funny. You're like running around and you're like a female character. Magog's like following you, and all of a sudden you hear, "God damn, that ass is awesome."
Tom had a good point. If Magog was a companion, he'd just say, "This vexes me," and leave you.
Yeah.
You're running around with Magog, and all of a sudden you hear him go, "I can't wait till you fall asleep tonight."
That's why I never sleep in Skyrim. Dagnabbit.
You start running for more than like 15 minutes, and Magog's just like, "Can't we just fast travel? Jesus Christ. I'm tired."
So once we're done with that, then we got to make Beardy. It'd be perfect.
No, he'd be just drunk all the time. He'd be useless.
If you do make this mod, make it for the special edition, because I switched to that one.
Oh, okay.
Old Rim is fucking buggy as hell with mods. With the new one, it runs on a 64-bit system. So
you call it Old Rim.
Bethesda games are just buggier than Paris Hilton's crotch, anyways.
Whoa! Yeah, but the special edition runs on a 64-bit system. It's
and when you go into battle, and when you get into battle, Magog will shout, "Ass rape!"
That is a man.
That is a man.
Yeah. All right, we'll have to do that.
That is a man.
Stealth is interrupted by Magog screaming "ass rape."
Yeah. Every time someone goes into stealth, Magog's like, "What the fuck are you doing? Just walk in there. Damn it."
Shooby dooby doop 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 doop. You just start singing while you're sneaking.
Break your fucking. Magog needs a magic. Wait. Jeremy Gask. Magog needs a magic floating lazy boy.
Shooby dooby doop doop. Break your fucking face.
And every time I'll do that. Every time he does that, your stealth skill goes down.
You just don't know if you can program that or not. We went 10 minutes over, so this was a good time, but we're going to say goodbye now.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming by the Patron stream. We'll see you guys next time.
Make Poe one of dragon voices.
Burn the furries.